Hey, everyone. Thank you so much to be here. It's so great to see all of these awesome legendary faces here on screen and all you legendary names in the chat. Thank you for joining us for episode 54. Before we get into a quick recap and a quick hello, I want to do a quick shout out to Dice Drinks and Drama and a little Kickstarter that someone in their little group is doing. Carter, as a matter of fact, Dr. Ware. Love the name. Great Doctor Who reference. They have a really awesome Kickstarter happening called, I'm probably going to butcher it, Gwir Song, The Written History of Foril. Foril? Go on the Kickstarter and correct me. It's got 2 days left to go, and they're very close to their 10K goal. So everything helps. Please help them get there. Let us put more small content creators into the world of D&D and building amazing things. So help them out if you can. Just go to Kickstarter and look up Gwir Song, The Written History of Forel. Or Forel, Kickstarter.com/projects/quarter elf /Gwir Song, The Written History of Forel, and that's Gwir Song, GWIRSONG. Because I probably am not saying all these fancy words correct. So look that up. These are great, awesome people making great, awesome content. And now you can have it. So go help them. Go. But like later. Right now, welcome to Edge of Legend, episode 54. Let's do a quick hello and introduction to all these awesome people. Starting off with, and it's good to see you back after so long, Ian. Tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are, my man.
Hey guys, my name is Ian. I am bringing back to the table from a unintentional hiatus. That thing that happened with Woodwort and the Druid kind of happened to me only a little bit. Didn't have to be saved, or never made death save, so I'm okay. But I'm going to be bringing back Woodwort, the Gnome Druid, and his friend Mush, and our collective pronouns are he, him.
Awesome possum. And thank you so much for the level 2 hype training, guys. Thank you so much. Always love the hype and always love seeing Ian's face here. And of course, if he gets to level 5, I got to throw something weird or crazy last second. That's just what I do. Next up, it has been a bit since we've seen her face on and off, but we saw it. Kylie, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. I play Shionovis, the Elven Ranger, and we both go by she, her.
Awesome possum. And also a big thank you to Eric Jackson for the subs in the chat. Thank you for the hype train. I think we might have just hit level 5 hype. I gotta wait for it to load. It's still loading. Oh my gosh, Effie Burton, thank you so much for the subs. This is amazing. All right, I got it. I gotta pull something interesting out of my butt. We'll see what I pull out later. Before I keep talking like a jackass, Sam, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, I am Sam Sterling, and I play Ichipukton Papakui, the Luchadora Barbarian. And our pronouns are she, her.
Awesome. That is great to hear. Michael Powell, Mr. Michael Powell, please tell them who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Well, as always, I am the dastardly, dashing Michael Powell, and I play the fabulous Rufa, and he's a human investigator, and our pronouns are he, him, they, them.
All right. And last but not least, Sidney, tell me who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Oh, hello. My name is Sidney Rubino. I am playing Alona, the half-elf cloistered cleric, and my pronouns and her pronouns are she, her.
Awesome possum. My name is PJ Megaw. I'm currently trying to figure out what this level 5 hype train is going to be because bless you so much. Reap Psyche, all the subs too, giving us level 5 hype train. I got to pull out something big. But my pronouns are he, him. I am the GM for Edge of Legends and Nat 20 Productions, and I'll be playing everyone and everything in between. And let's do a quick recap. If you didn't see last week's episode, aside from solving almost all the problems in Alpha on Prime, the Legends went down to a field outside the startup city of Chester, found a giant an orc weapon named Legion Legion, who, if you remember, is like Leontari and Lova. And they were able, through coffee and cheese, diplomacy, and a good old magic door to the back of the noggin, able to get this orc who had 1,000 voices in their head to work together on one voice, which was hope. and they went off and joined Adolphon Prime and the heroes in the inevitable war against the Green Army. Also, one of them wants a bike. Maybe a bike will be given. I don't know. It's a 100-foot orc. It's gonna be a bit of an issue.
That's a big bike.
It's such a big bike. So really fast, what we're going to do is we're going to make the rest of the party catch up with the other half of the party. I want quick downtime actions for the 3 coming back to Adolphon Prime. We're not going to do any role play. We're just going to do some quick dice rolls. So if you're like, well, I want to do push-ups, if I want to learn alchemy, if I want to help someone do push-ups and learn alchemy, then we can do that really fast. So let's do that now. Starting with Sydney took off her sweater, so I think it's push-up time. Sydney,
Push-ups. Yes, I roll for push-ups.
give me an athletics check to roll for push-ups.
I sure will. That's a nat 20.
What? First nat 20 of the night.
Wait, look.
Okay, hold on. I gotta do a D4 roll really fast. Yeah. Okay. How many successes do you have until your stat point rises?
I wrote it down somewhere. 5 points till. 5 points till I reach maximum strong.
Well, you just got 8 points. So that's gonna yes. So in that 1 week journey back, you're like, push-ups are easy. And you can now level up that stat by 1 point and have the leftover stats go towards your next 10. The leftover numbers.
Can we say that Ichi helped me because she's such a good coach?
I'll tell you what, for another bonus 1d4, Ichi, if you want to, you can roll to help her.
I will. Do I roll athletics
Yes.
for this? All right. Not the best roll in the world, but my athletics is ridiculously high. So let's see what that comes out to be. 19.
19. Okay. Let's see what the die from Waffle Maple Syrup has to offer. This is a 1d4 that's sharp enough to kill a man. It's so pretty. It's so sharp, y'all. You get a bonus 3 points on top of that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, wait. So let's do some math real quick. I had, 8 minus 5. So that's 3 points left over. Plus what?
Plus
Wait.
3.
Plus 3. So I have 6 points. 6 points to my next athletic. Wow. Ilona's on that choco meat's doing some wonders, man. Like, that's some badass steroids. Like, there's no way this is natural. It's either divine or it's drugs. Like,
Listen, you have the best trainer around, all right?
you know what? Damn good point.
And since PJ said only dice rolls, that means that it's up to the audience to write the fan fiction of this training montage.
Ooh, that's right. I'm going to challenge you, the legends in the chat, to draw up for me the badass 80s style training montage that Ichi and Ilona are going through on their week journey back to Adolphon Prime. And when this whole story is wrapped up, we'll read all these things live. Don't think we won't. We will. We did it before.
Y'all remember that episode of Rick and Morty where Rick and Summer got super buff?
Yeah, man.
Yo, I remember that. I love that. Okay. So, congrats. You're really strong. You got a stat bonus to strength. Michael Powell, what are you doing really fast? Give me a general concept and we'll go from there.
Actually, 2 things really quick. First, that new D4 of yours looks like a rupee from Legend of Zelda.
It does, doesn't it, though? Look at that beautiful thing.
And second, Rufa, on the way towards the Super Orc, he was designing that ballista thing that could be attached to the back of the wagon with bubble boil. He's going to continue that.
All right, give me a craft check. This will determine in the week up if you're able to make an anti-material ballista.
I got a really quick. First of all, would this be considered part of the Green War? Because he's making this for.
I'm gonna say no because I have a feeling this is gonna be a long-term weapon.
Okay. Well, still 21.
It's still 21. By the time you get back, there's a few pieces you are missing, but once you get basically the string and the latch, all you need is the ammunition, and you have a portable anti-air weapon.
Oh, I just realized the montage for this is going to be like the A-Team style montage where they put random stuff together to make their, the big like death vehicles at the end of every episode from A-Team.
Y'all just killing it on these montages. I freaking love it. So that is what's happening while we cut back to the heart of Alphon Prime, and this is happening. First things first, because I feel like it's going to be a little shorter. Gnome, Ian, Woodward, you're talking to the guards. We talked about it before we went live.
I love that you named my family Genius and Species. Like you just went down from there. Gnome, Ian, Woodward.
Kings play chess
Yes.
on fine green sand. I had to go through the whole.
So
yeah.
What is he up to?
You told me he was staying in an inn closest to the fringes of the city, so they could be close to the forest.
Right.
At the same time, he's kind of talking to the guards and trying to like improve that rapport. Do you want to expand upon that, or you want to go from there?
No, I think that's good. I think it's just based off of, it was a few episodes back. If new viewers are with us, you can go check it out. But we weren't well received the first time we stayed outside of these walls, warning them of the Green Army. So I just kind of want to make sure that the army itself inside of Adelphond understands the actual threat. I just want them to believe us.
Okay. Give me diplomacy check with a +4 because you've had a week of like drinking with the guards to build up this kind of rapport.
Right. Okay. I don't know if that's gonna help. I got a 13 total.
With a +4?
Yeah. Woodward's charisma is a 10.
I mean, debatable, but okay.
I just give people drinks. I can role play the hooch into most of these scenarios, except when I actually roll the dice.
Okay. So you're making sure, like, if the guards understand the scenario, cool. So for the past week or so, maybe a little longer, you're hanging out with the military and you're drinking with the town guards. All of the guards are now fully put into the war effort. And because of that, all of the local guards are now like, they're not active duty. They're actually being taught by the Justicars and Arbiters of the Platinum Hammer. And they've been told that they are forced to have at minimum 1 year of education before they are allowed to even be a non-violent guard force. So they're like, we're still learning. But the guards that you're talking to are like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I know about the war effort. I mean, I heard like it's orcs. I've seen a few get fought before, but like, whatever. It's not a big deal.
Well, yeah, it's the thing is it's not the one orc you got to worry about. It's his 300 friends he brings with him. I don't want to put too fine a point on it, but one orc we may be able to talk out of a situation, right? Like, give him a cup of coffee and like just figure out what's wrong with his day, but when there's 300 of his friends with him, it's real hard to talk any one orc out of anything. So I just want you to be prepared. Again, be ready if this struggle does come to your front door. Be ready to try to talk it down before you start anything. We're going to try to be there, but just we don't know when they're coming.
Okay. Quick second of a note I'm making.
Mysterious GM notes.
So you mentioned this, and the guards kind of stop and look to each other. Oh, did you know it's gonna be like 300? No, I was gonna be like 50,000. I thought it was gonna be 500,000, mate. I heard it's gonna be like flying birds.
Right,
or
right.
Like just
yeah,
drone.
no, you're right. I'm okay. I threw a number out there. It may not have been the most accurate, and I apologize for that. But, I don't know how many are showing up. The point is that you understand you can't talk all of them out of everything, right? You can't. a smile on top of the wall doesn't translate well to all those people. So just be ready and don't act too soon, because now that you're all believing it, I'm just afraid that you may just be, you know, gung-ho and go for the fight, when in reality we've got our own our discussions that have to be had with this army to hopefully avoid the fight in general. We don't want Adelphon Prime falling or any of them either, if we can help it. So just I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page, I guess.
Okay. As you do that, and after the weeks of drinking and talking with them, you keep showing up with like the hooch, the good stuff, right? The stuff you make, and they're like, he's the man with the drinks. He comes bringing me with the booze. I love it. You start talking, and every time you leave, they stand up and they salute you, and they keep repeating, "A smile on the wall don't translate to war. Be ready. Talk first, fight later." And you're starting to build a culture now with these soldiers. They're no longer guard. They're now enlisted grunts. They will have to return to the wall. And now they know that diplomacy is always first. Be soft, but be ready.
Basically I want to do the whole, speak softly, walk with a big stick kind of thing. But that is paraphrased at best. But anyway, sorry. Is there any way that whatever roles, even if it's later on, would I be able to get the guard and the people on the walls in tune with the dogs in the town? Because if we can get them like talking to each other, the messaging system and the people of the town and the feeling of the town would be better translated.
I agree. Would you also, and this is totally up to you, would you want the dogs to also be a part of the growing arbiters from Justicar Ford? No, it's fine.
Okay. No. I think, honestly, it's so funny. Fantasy setting, right? All made up. But I don't want to limit these people into what they could achieve. If they want to be a part of it, they could totally be a part of it. I'm 110% for it. But if they want to just be the dogs inside of the city and make sure and be that force that listens to the people and brings the people's problems to the others, I'm totally fine with that as well. Arbiters, if you will, in between the people and the guard. I know that they're working on that themselves, but sometimes it's best to have a solitary voice or a solidified voice.
All right. Give me, and again, whatever you want to do entirely. Like, don't listen to my suggestion. I just have an idea. So whatever you want to do entirely, give me a diplomacy check. Plus, it's gonna be a fat bonus. I'm actually gonna break the rules here, but give you a +8. It's 4 from what you've already been building, and 4 because the dogs know that you're brother number 2.
Let's see what I can do with that.
Yeah.
Yep. How's a 12 sound?
The +8.
Yeah.
No.
Was it a 4 on the die face?
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's just kind of there now, but it's there. It exists.
Oh,
it's
no.
just that 4 is a good number. I don't want to talk bad on it. It's just not good right now.
I think we're gonna have to start doing side quests for you as well. Open that diplomacy. Because I can tell your brain is in the right place, but your bonuses aren't.
Yeah, they're not. They're not at all.
Okay, so
I'm trying to be alone and it's not working.
So you are meeting with a handful of the local dogs. First of all, they're excited to see you after some bottles of hooch are given back and forth, because they greet you with booze and they leave you with booze. And they kind of start nodding up and down. They go, Zasmaru, he went back to some country. So currently speaking, we are the dogs here. So while big brother number 1 is gone, you run the pack. And honestly, like, I mean, dogs sleep outdoors, yeah, but that doesn't mean we can't protect our outdoors. So, Yeah, we're stepping up, mate. We're stepping up. We're going to talk to these here guards, and if they want to throw down, well, our man of a dog ain't got nothing to lose. He's got all the bite in the fight in the world,
yeah,
so they can kiss my ass.
Throw down is those are you know what? I'm going to talk to them as well, and hopefully there will be no down throwings happening in any one direction. Woodward is I'm trying to roll with the 12 I got in diplomacy, is trying to like bounce back and forth in between these groups, trying to make sure that he may not be the best to introduce them to each other, but he wants to, maybe he's just talking up each group to the other one. Dogs are great. Yeah, they're really good. After hours, fantastic people. They're kind of rough. And then he walks over to the dogs and is like, guards, great people. After hours, they know how to drink. They kind of do what you guys do, and he's just working the best he can in between the two groups.
So within 1 week's time, not only do you start creating a culture within the military of diplomacy first, violence second, and protect people at all costs, and listen to the enemy, and but don't back down from a fight. You also create a bridge between the local dogs union and the guards and the military. And now all three units are working to create a voice of the people and of the strength of the country. But now there's just a total unison culture. The streets are alive with dialogue and debate. You're seeing the homeless mercenaries of the dogs like no longer hiding in the detritus and derelict conditions. Now they're actually talking to the local military like good friends about the night before they got into a drinking match, and they outdrank each other and they got into fist fights, and in the morning they're best friends. Like, it is
awesome.
It is a great community at this point in time.
As long as they're talking to each other, so they have faces to put to names and so on and so forth. That is the best amount of work I can do at this point.
So yeah, tremendous. About this time, the cart with this newly constructed, almost done arbalest, this anti-material arbalest, is completed. But while all this was going on, in quiet secret, Shionibus had 3 tasks to complete to impress the avatar of dumb luck, the avatar of Kiyoma himself, Felix Chance. So, Kylie, do you have your 3 tasks? We're going to do a quick roll and a quick montage, and I should state, anything involving Magistra Bellina is going to be at a +4 because of the morale of the military, the dogs, and everything that was just accomplished by Woodward.
Cool. No doubt. Well, 3 tasks. We'll start with the souvenir of the Green War. I'm going to hand over our siege weapon that we have.
The big orc that just arrived in town?
No, the axe that we have.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's 1.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, PJ, you let me know. Do you want me to talk to Bowen first or Bellin?
Oh, you know what? Dealer's choice, my dude. What do you want?
I don't know. I can't decide. It doesn't matter to me. DM pick.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Using this glorious destructive thing that was given to me with the EOL colors of green and blue. Odds, you're talking to Bellina. Evens, you're talking to Bowen.
Cool.
That is an evens number, so you're talking to Bowen first.
Cool. So I with a bottle of wine in one hand, not my wine. She'll deserve that. I'm gonna go to her office and get the clothes of a politician. Not from her, but she will help in it.
Okay. You go to her old office. She is back, and there's a ton of your friends from Ulfgard Company all around this place. At this point in time, they are on basic Overwatch, meaning they are drinking and talking, but they are in full armor. They have an axe or a sword on their hip, and they have a shield on their back, chainmail armor, furs, and a general tunic. And they look at you, and they're like, Hello, good to see you here. It's been a while since I last saw you. How is the boat? I don't, know what the boat is doing.
It's it's fine. But I'm actually like not here for chit chat. I got shit to do. So she's gonna like kind of sidestep and like get out of conversation as fast as she can. She's like,
So you go to Bowen's office directly. She has a beautiful crystal glass bottle with 2 rocks, and what you can tell is just the bottom of the barrel of the scotch that she has been drinking. She has got this giant tome in one hand. The fire is roaring, and she's looking at a globe in her office, and just every now and then periodically looking up at the last vestiges of the tree of the north that she has encased on her wall. And this kind of looks at her book as if, and you understand this because like elves, you can hear things in a way people can't. She, as if by hearing or feeling your presence, you see her ear twitches and eyebrow raises. Hello, daughter of the sands, sister of my home. How can I help you?
few things we need to talk about. And she's gonna like kick the door closed, like without turning to like Ian knows. Like without turning to close
She turns around and just kicks it shut, like she was gonna go through it. Just complete.
Like just a dwarven lockpick, like just crack, heel through.
Exactly, guys. Really subtle,
She closes her book and she's like, it's one of those conversations. Excellent. I do need something stimulating. Hello.
Lofen Sempris.
Oh, the worm.
Yeah. You know what he's been doing in your city, right?
I've been gone for at least 3 months. I can assume it's something spineless and full of cowardice.
I mean, that's one way to describe it.
Hmm.
But he's trying to like blindside you from the inside out. Because I don't know if you know, but like before we left, you know how we had that kind of goblin problem?
Loosely aware. Please give me more details.
He was the one that let him in.
My sister, are you insinuating Lofen Sempris is guilty of mutiny and treason?
The fact that he won't even look at me should say enough. But before we like actually like maybe arrest him, I need something.
What's your need before I excommunicado this little filth?
So I made this little deal with a good friend of mine, and I need clothes from Lofen. So like if you can have him just like take off whatever he has, I could really use it. Don't ask why. I don't even really know why. I just know I need this man's clothes. And out of every politician we have, I don't care much for him. So...
Madam, I've given birth to a child on a battlefield, and that's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard of.
Yes, he's a disgusting human. We've already discussed this.
This, of course, will require an internal investigation and a full jury of his peers to exonerate or damn him to excommunicado services, but I'm pretty sure at least with some holdings, we may be able to confiscate some of his articles.
I need them like today.
Today.
Yeah. Like keep this on the down low because I think we might be able to use him for like blackmail. But just so you know, I had a feeling you should probably know given it's your city.
You say he has long-term potential. Is this true?
Supposedly. One of my own teammates, I guess I would call Rufa, the one that dances.
Yes.
Ian, you can't do that to me. The one that dances. Thinks that he has some kind of value. I don't see it. but I guess he has a better business sense than I do. So I've somehow trusted him somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. I have an idea. And before I say this, give me a diplomacy check, please.
ooh, hero point
Yes, please.
and different dice.
Was it a crit fail? How bad was that roll?
That was a 2.
Oh, that's not good.
No. No, because it would only make a 12. Let's try for better. Can't get worse, right? Knock on some wood, guys.
It can only get 1 point worse.
Yes. I love when diplomacy works out. That's a 28.
Okay. You say this little worm has its uses, and is currently being used for the war effort by way of Master Rufa. Then I think what is wisest here is not to indict him in front of the court, but to turn the screws upon the worm. You will have the Ulfgard. We will arrest this man by night. We will threaten him under the moonlight, and by morning, if he wishes to at all to defend his honor, we will strip him naked like a bird and kick him out of the nest. If he's smart, he'll go with your plan. If he's stupid, which he does not strike me as stupid, cowardly and selfish, yes, but not stupid, he will go along with our blackmail as well. Sure enough, you and Ulfgard find this guy in the middle of the night. He's just out and about, like trying to hide letters in places. You grab him, you throw him in front of Bowen. She accuses him of everything you just said, without at all mentioning Rufa and that whole thing. And she says, if you wish to keep your position in the Senate of Adolfon Prime, your citizenry and your life, then what you will do right now is hand over your tunic and continue working for Rufa. And if you ever try to betray us or Master Rufa, we'll give you the excommunicado. Do you understand? He's just sitting there going like, of course. He Porky Pigs and just Popeyes his way into a just a good old fashioned, just knocks out. Anyway, so you get a piece of his clothing. You get a part of his tunic. Bowen looks him in the eye and just does this, and she says, the North knows. And if you don't keep up your bargain, soon Adolfon will. And Lothan just kind of and leaves. Rufa, you still have your little bird. He is still working for you full term. And you have gotten a piece of clothing off of Lothan Sempris. He still keeps his citizenry. He still keeps his position in the Senate. And now Bowen is aware that there is a pawn in the court for the betterment of Adolfon Prime during the war effort. So we will see how that plays out if you guys decide to pull that thread. So that was the first one. I'm sorry, the second one.
Third, I gotta go to Belena, and I'm gonna use my amazing charismatic skills to talk my way into getting this medal. I don't know what else to do, guys.
Okay. Give me a diplomacy check with a +4.
That's a nat 20,
Girl, okay.
which makes it a 34.
So, let's open the way to get this chance. So you go to the Cultus Bellum, where Magister Belena is currently training the soldiers, and she is going over battle strategies and chain of command, like which one of her priests and champions is a general officer, whatever. You ask about this thing. She looks at you and she says, I want to take you somewhere very precious and very holy. No one living is allowed to be in there.
But I can still be alive, right?
Yes, I will not kill you, don't you worry.
Oh, okay.
She takes you to the way back, deep underground. It almost looks like a catacombs, a mausoleum. She pulls out a long chain. On her chain, you see a big key and 2 little middle discs. She takes the key, she turns the door, and she opens it. Inside, you see one guard who looks exhausted. you see candles all throughout the room. And hanging from the ceiling in countless numbers, you see long metal chains with little circular pendants on each metal chain. They just sit there and they just move gently in the simple breeze. This door is open, just ting, 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 ting. They kind of flash behind the candles. On the wall, like shelves, you see boots stacked side by side, hundreds of boots. And in each 2 pair of boots, you see a weapon, thunk, just stuck right in the boot. A sword, a halberd, a shield. Sometimes nothing more than a helmet. And she walks you inside this mausoleum. And she says, Memento Gloria. It is a rare honor given to only a few. In the cult of Koga, we believe that war is a necessary part of the human condition. Violence is inevitable and disgusting. We kill so that we stop killing. It is a stupid cycle. It is a logical fallacy. But it is one that those who find the sacrifice of duty necessary to stand up and do. When a champion of Koga dies, we take their boots to show Koga they died standing. They did not lay down. They did not turn and run. They died on the line, like a champion of war should do. We take their weapon because that is who they are. We take their shield because that is what they must be. And then she reaches him back to that chain and she says, and we give them these. Memento Gloria. So that champions of Koga can be remembered. And she just gently points to the fire, the candle, with these little metal medallions just hanging and swinging. This is where champions go when they fulfilled their duty. This is their retirement, so that you don't have to do this. I understand that this is a hard life and a bad day. And I know that you need one of these. I don't know what for, and at this point in time, my duty is not to ask. My duty is to serve, as it always is. She rips hers off her own neck and she gives them to you. I won't be needing this in the war. I have no intention of dying.
Shionmis is going to take it, like clench it in her hand, take Belena like by like the back of the neck and like forehead, like against forehead, and very quietly whisper, Nubia is in your debt. And then, yeah.
No. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. She puts a strong warrior's grasp kind of on the side of your head, and she says, for right now, we're all one bloody country trying to fight a war, aren't we?
Yeah, you can say that.
All right. Go. Hold on to those. I don't ever want to see them hanging here, so shoo. Off you go.
Turn around and jog off. And then out of sight, be like...
As you do, you can hear Magistrate Belena look into the guard, and she says, mate, you look like shit. Where's your reprieve? And he goes, 24 hours duty, ma'am. Honor guard stands watch 24 hours. I just started. Well, keep up your watch. The next honor guard will be here another 24, and then you get a weekend off. Yes, ma'am. So you hear that, and then the door closes as she locks the door behind her. You didn't take her key, because that would be stupid. So congratulations. You have completed 3 things. You have the big siege axe, which you're giving no threat there. You have gotten the clothes of Loaf and Sempris. And you have the Memento Gloria. Basically the champion dog tags of Magistra Bellina.
Sick. In such a timely manner, guys.
Yeah. So really fast, we'll do this, and then we'll have all of you come back together in Nadelfon Prime. You go back to Chance, Felix Chance himself, who is back at the temple, and he's just kind of looking over the whole floor, kind of vibing, kind of feeling the prayer, if you will, of people gambling. Hi, Jonabus. Pleasure to see you, love. Do you have my tasks tree? Because I would love to see them in your hands right now.
I can't carry one of them because I'm strong, but I'm like not that strong. But I know you're strong, Alona. I know, but you're not here. And she's just gonna whoop the tunic and the medal on the bar.
Is the other item outside being just kind of precariously placed for my amusement? Because if so, I'd like to have that now if I could.
I mean, you can go out. It's right outside. I just can't carry it. It's a big like war axe. So
Right. And he snaps and points. The door opens up, and you see the axe just being grinded inward, moving on its own. As it just kind of like moves slowly past him, and he goes, I love magic. So anyway, so you got for me, and he looks at this massive axe, and he goes, oh, yes. Oh, I would have put that on my wall. It's going to look so freaking crack right there. Oh, it's going to be so good.
a little gold accent, and I think it'd blend in well.
Actually, that probably look really good. You know, it's like I don't want to make a threat. I want people to feel like they're safe here. Now I'm going to put it in the office. Yeah, right there. Right over the fireplace.
Real intimidation act. I like it.
Yeah. I can't have the bloody thing, but man, it would look really great. Just right there. Oh, look. So I made you do 3 things for me so I could do 1 thing for you. Now remind me what that 1 thing was. I've been a little busy here.
Busy doing what?
Being a holy and devout man, of course. What else would I be?
Of course.
Of course.
I need you to get Ravon off my back.
Right. Ravon off your back. All right. I have a few ideas in mind. Okay. He kind of starts to unbutton like 2 buttons on his coat, opens up, reaches in, pulls out a few coins, mixes them apart. No, you're not getting me lucky coin. No, nope. Yep. Puts the other one back, buttons up, gives you a silver coin. And on it, you see the face of Kioma. And on the back, you see a 4-leaf clover where one of the clovers is done in gold. One of the leaves is done in gold. And he hands it to you and he says, I know about your little, shall we say, nighttime excursion. So I want you to take this coin to that thing and just be creative with it, whatever you know. Just make sure it's there by the statue.
You know about that?
Mate, come on. I don't sleep. And I have very good hearing.
Good to know. Side note, do you know why my ex is with Ravon, just by chance, if you know a lot of things?
I don't know. But I can make you see. Do you want to see?
I don't know. Last time you had me see something, it didn't go well.
I mean, the truth rarely sits right with people.
Can I come back to that? Like this be like an open offer that like give me like 24 hours to decide?
You have 12 hours to decide. I'm very impetuous. Oh, no.
Deal.
Deal? Great. Perfect. 12 hours. And until then, I guess faff off and have a great night.
Always pleasure doing business with you, Felix. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. You're looking great. I'm loving the... have a great evening.
You too.
We're besties now.
You're gonna walk out.
I want to draw everyone's attention to a little level 5 hype train poll. Right now, it just says, so question mark, you have 2 options. Go ahead and take a vote and we'll go from there. We'll probably check it sometime later. You know, who knows? Maybe we'll have some fun and make some.
Why would you do this?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Haven't read it yet.
What a simple poll.
It's a simple little poll.
To cause so much havoc.
It's a simple little poll. You guys get to vote, have a good time, and I want you to know that I am putting decisions that I have been making for a long time in everyone who votes hands. So, you know, have a good time screwing me over, guys. Right there in the poll. So, level 5 hype train, episode 54. Let's have some fun. So now everyone is coming back to Adelphon. It's been a few days. Your time with Kioma, boy, Felix Chance, I don't know why it took me forever to remember, is done. And depending on how that vote goes, we'll get back to that. And yeah, so what do you guys do now that you're in town and there's a 100-foot orc who is shouting that he wants a bike?
Well, he also wants coffee.
He also wants coffee. He asks if there's coffee in town and if he can have a bike.
So the first thing Ichi would do. Did Ichi already ask what's the best coffee shop in Adelphon? I feel like she did.
You know, that's a good question.
But maybe not. Maybe not.
I'm going to make a GM roll really fast with this wonderful coin here.
Flip. A GM flip. What?
The people forget to inform you that there is no more coffee shop in Adelphon Prime.
I'm sorry. Could you say that again? I'm sorry. Could you say that again? Who's telling me this? First of all,
just a normal civilian walking around going, oh no, there's no more coffee shop. They had coffee at the Bun Boys, but they've recently had an embargo on coffee. I don't know. What is it? Not embargo. What's the word? They've run out. That's not exciting. They're out of coffee. There's no more coffee in the town.
Alona runs over. What?
There's no coffee here. Anywhere.
Alona drops into prayer position.
Morel's like, what's going on? He sees Alona pray, goes, oh no. He drops a knee, he starts praying too. Tobias is like, what are you all, what is the big deal? What's happening? I'm sorry. What's the problem?
Alona snaps to Tobias. Pray for coffee so the big guy doesn't get upset and leave.
Oh, bloody 9 hells. And he drops down, he like pulls out the sword and does the sword. You see, your 2 half-orc friends, Heron and Antigone, they're also like, I mean, we can go raiding and get you coffee. Yeah, like we can find, we only have to pay for it if we want it legally.
Well, maybe I can just make it. Maybe I can just make it myself. They have beans? They have beans around here?
Joey giggles at the word beans because he thinks you mean normal beans. He goes, nah, it makes you fart.
So glad to have Joey back. It's been a long time.
Rufus gonna be like looking up at our new big friend and kind of muttering stuff. We're gonna need a bigger bond, and then looks over to everybody else and kind of gets the gist of the whole coffee situation and goes, Flanichi, you do know that the coffee beans and everything, they need to be imported and roasted, and then there is stages to all that.
They don't just grow here? They don't just grow?
No, that's not how that works.
Okay, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Well,
Ichi is going
to do some reading, perhaps.
Ichi is going to rage. And she's going to feel the spirit energy coursing through her. and she's going to, I hope this is okay for flavor. She's going to ask the spirits, is there an alternative to coffee?
If you're actually beseeching the spirits, give me a religion check with +3 because you have 3 devout prayers backing you up.
Please tell me it's yerba
Okay, really
mate.
quick. What's the status on tea?
Yeah.
Glad you asked. Well, this is Adelphon Prime. They have a lot of tea. It's a little bland, but it goes really good with sugar and milk.
Fenici, calm down,
No, I'm
down.
busy. Rufa, I'm talking to my friends. She's like looking in the air. That was a 21.
21. Okay, so the spirits, your whole family, generations of lucha warriors are like, they have no coffee? What kind of uncultured swine doesn't have coffee?
Now listen, cultural relativity is important. They may not be uncultured, they just don't have coffee.
Your uncle's
Still.
like, your uncle's like, I mean, they have plenty of culture, but if you ask me, it's still at least minus a couple of points for not having coffee. And then they say, well, maybe I think if you put a little bit of pepper in some beer, it won't be the same flavor, but it'll have the same kick. And, you know, hey, get a little, feel a little good, you know? Be a little...
Pepper like, or pepper like, ha.
The second one.
Oh. Should I give that to a giant orc? I feel like the answer is no. I mean, forget about him. What about me?
Oh, that's true. Hey, you know what? There's got to be something else they can brew. They brew beer here. They probably have a brewing process to brew other things. Maybe there's an alternative brewing thing.
Yeah. Okay. She's going to hang up on the spirits.
Question: when she's talking to the spirits, like, do they like actually manifest and they're actually talking, or it's just like talking to thin air to us that's like staring at her?
Well, for certain, you wouldn't see them because they are her family spirits. But the question of whether or not she's talking out loud to them or it's all in her head, whatever the choice is, I'll leave that to Sam. Sam, how do you talk to them?
She's talking out loud. Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Rufus gonna lean over to Alona and goes, "Who's she talking to?"
Alona leans back to Rufa. I think that's withdrawal from the coffee.
Oh boy. You know, Rufa perhaps might have an idea on an alternative. Maybe has some idea on a term that might help.
Yeah.
It has caffeine.
Yeah.
Okay. First, we need to find a kitchen.
Okay. And Ichi starts running to the nearest tavern, like running.
I'm guessing she's gonna either have Rufa follow her or she's gonna be dragging Rufa.
She's gonna about like once she's like 300 feet away, she's gonna look back, and if you're not following her, she's gonna turn around and be like, "What are you doing? Let's go!"
Rufa's gonna kind of like look back and forth, like kind of a little bit like a petulant child, and go and just gives Alona kind of a shrug and just follows Itchy.
All right.
I love it.
1 second. All right, there we go. All right, so send a quick private message off. You guys are running in the direction Ichi is going. So remind me again where you're going.
Nearest tavern.
The big tavern, of course, is the government regulated one, the public house number 1.
All right, I'm running in there. I'm running up to the bar. Ichi smacks her hand on the table and she says, "I need your finest kitchen immediately."
They look at you and they go, we only have a kitchen. Would you like to go to our kitchen?
That would be your finest kitchen then. Yes, I would. Take me.
All right this way. And they put you back in the kitchen. You see a massive wooden kitchen with like 4 different brick ovens and a lot of different places where they kind of like make some of the ingredients fresh and even make some of the ingredients so they can brew it outside in the distillery or the distillery outside. So you have this nice kitchen and you can see this open air infrastructure that leads right to the back with like 5 massive stills.
So Ichi's gonna start pulling ingredients out of whatever cupboard. So like when Rufa walks in, because I assume he knows where she's going, he's just gonna see her pulling ingredients out of every cupboard. And if anyone's like asking her what she's doing, she's like, official business.
Rufus just gonna kind of look at her and just walks over to the stove and just takes a teapot, pours some water in, and kind of slide it. Just keeps kind of staring at her, and going, "What are you doing?"
Okay, I have gravy and I have pickled lemons.
We need none of this.
No?
No.
What? So okay, what do we do? What do I do? How do I help?
Really quick, PJ. Is there like, because there is some like fantastical tech in this world. Yeah. I just want to know, is there like an ice machine?
There is no ice machine. But to keep things cool, there is kind of a thing covered in runes. And when you put things inside, you can see like this kind of like icy white smoke move around it. It kind of acts like a fridge, but only when things are put inside.
Okay. Rufa kind of just looks at Ichi. You can get me something. I'm not sure that they have it here. If you could find Rufa some ice, perhaps, or something that could instantly cool things down.
Cool things down. How do I? A mage? We need a mage?
Well,
like ice spells.
Perhaps maybe we could ask our friend, the man with the doors. Perhaps he has a magical item that could cool things down.
Ichi runs into the tavern seating area and she yells, "Is there a mage in the house? We need a mage."
There's a guy who stands up and he says, "I'm not a mage, but my brother's one, and he's getting off in like a few hours. If you can wait, he'll be over here, no problem."
Hours. And she gets up real close to him, says, "Can he make things cold?"
Like, as in not moving?
No. I don't need an assassin. Don't get it. No.
I would never dream of hiring a magical assassin ever.
What I mean, you know how some things are hot?
Yeah.
Like, ow.
Uh-huh.
Some things are cold.
Like, ow, cold. It's too cold. It hurts. Ow. Yeah.
Yeah. Not. It shouldn't really hurt. It shouldn't hurt. Just cold. Just cold. I want that. But like,
okay.
On objects, can you do that?
You want your object to hurt you?
No.
No.
Oh God. Oh, okay. She runs back in. Rufa, I don't think we're getting cold.
Ice. If you could produce some ice.
Some ice. I think if I tell this guy I want ice, he's gonna think I want to ice a person.
Just tell him if he could create perhaps a block of ice about the size of a small house cat, but not an actual house cat.
I think he's an assassin, Rufa. I don't think he's gonna help.
While she's saying all this, Rufa takes some dark color sugar and kind of like, put it with the water and kind of boiling it until it dissolves, and then putting in some flour into it. As he's stirring, he's like, until it's like a smooth consistency, until like kind of a sticky dough kind of forms. Just see if you could find some ice. Just find some ice. And he's now pouring the water that he has boiling over some black tea leaves. Oh, and if you can, perhaps some milk, or perhaps even a nut milk.
Not milk?
Nut milk.
No. Oh, okay. And Ichi's gonna run back out. Can I roll for Ichi, like randomly running around and trying to find anything that might help Rufa?
Sure. You are hearing this voice going, how do you milk a nut? No. I understand it's a thing, but like, how do you do it? Like, you have to have, like, to milk something. And last I checked, nuts ain't got no,
Anyway, I'm gonna roll down.
Please and thank you.
Okay. What's my skill that I'm rolling for?
Are you looking for something? Give me a perception check if you're looking for something.
I am frantically running around trying to ask people where I can find these things that Roof has asked for.
Give me a society check then.
Okay. Society. It's not good. It's not that great. 15.
Okay. So more than anything, the people are like, oh, we don't have that. But they see how desperate you are, and they're like, oh, she's got a really big weapon on her back shoulder. And I think she's one of the friends of us that did the whole, the tip of the spear. I heard about that. Yeah. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to look for this foot. We're going to get you what we can. We'll be right back. Pip as a shallow. Be right there. Just stay right. Just don't move. Okay, good. So, like, you now have like 6 or 7 Adolphonians just going like, the woman with the giant weapon is looking for things. We don't have them, and I don't want her angry. So,
from the kitchen, you hear Rufo yell, Freddici, I perhaps have an idea where we could maybe procure some ice.
She runs in.
Remember that what was it? That friend, Leontari's mother. She had like a ice out of him or something.
Larian Voss. I was so confused. Like, Leontari?
Oh, sorry. Larian.
That's super orc. I mean, I guess he had like 1,000 moms, but yeah, no. So you're talking about Bo and Riona. Yeah.
Yes.
If Rufa knows where I find those people, I can find those people. Ichi will go.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Give me a perception check to kind of search, or a society check to kind of ask around. Whatever you feel is better for you.
All right.
Are we seriously using our connections to make iced coffee?
No, we're not making iced coffee. We're making something else.
We're making iced beverages, apparently. Yes.
Well, let's see.
I think our audience and you guys are going to get quite a kick at when I reveal what Rufa's making.
I forgot what skill you told me to roll.
Perception or society, your choice.
Okay. 16.
16. It takes you a while. You meet the Ulfgard, who are like, you stay right here. We are going to go get her. We'll be right back. And they come back with her. And she's like, you see this like an elven woman with just pale snow-like skin and golden blue makeup that just like gives her this amazing cat eye that goes all the way back. See this like blonde, short blonde hair, kind of gelled back, slick back. This big white furry lion skin uses a mantle, and over the shoulders you see like a lion head. She's wearing this beautiful white and gold robe, and she looks at you. Like, she looks down her nose at you, and with suddenly this ice arm appearing in front of her, she says, yes, friend dwarf, how can we help you?
I have a mission that's essential.
Doesn't everybody? What is this mission?
I need ice.
To freshen a beverage or something?
You would think so, but actually, this ice is going to save Adolphon Prime.
Give me a deception check.
Is it deception though?
Yeah,
Is it deception?
Technically.
Okay. I will let you search in your heart of hearts, in your truest form, and let you decide if it's diplomacy, deception, or intimidation.
Heart of hearts.
It is diplomacy because that's how Ichi feels.
I love that all the legends in the chat are like behind you 1,000%. They're like, iced coffee. What is wrong with this nation?
I'm gonna use a hero point.
I love where everyone's like priors are at. Like, hero point. What?
It's real. It's real. It's a 20. I just wanted to focus. There we go. Wow.
Azamat.
So that's a 30.
Azamat, you've given me these legends. Why? Okay, so I love this. I absolutely love this. Okay. So you see as she's looking down her nose at you, and she's very prim and proper. Her non-ice hand is actually just gently dancing above this beautifully gilded saber. An eyebrow raises, and she says, "Oh my. This bloody nation is constantly under some dire threat. If it's ice that you need, it's ice that this land shall have. How much ice do you need? I am the storm and maelstrom. I can provide for you sheets of ice deeper and colder than any storm."
In the back here, we need lots of ice. Lots of ice.
They are completely unhelpful. Define the quantity, sir.
Enough for a small a group of people and a very, very big orc.
Like a bucket. Like 3 buckets.
About your son's size.
Oh my goodness. By the last tree. Daughter of Stone, give me your bloody hand now.
Is that me?
I'm sorry, yes, dwarf. So I'm thousands of years old. My vernacular is dated. Give me a hand, please. She takes it in her flesh hand, tries to turn your wrist up, takes her ice cold hand. You see this blue spark of old elven magic start to light on her finger. And she starts drawing with intense focus and this very articulate and beautiful and detailed sigil on your hand. And then she cusps it with 2 hands and looks you in the eyes, and she says, "Now, this is going to hurt a lot. Give me a fortitude save, Sam."
15.
15.
That's
Okay.
like way better than it should be because that's a 3 on the die, but
So you start seeing this white and blue light just start shining from your hand, and you can hear the magic making this high pitch kind of crooning sound, like when metal scrapes on metal or when something scrapes against glass. It's this horribly loud pitch sound. And then her hand clamps on you harder, and your fingers start going numb at the tips. You feel this intense pain as your hand feels like it's been dunked in the coldest ice bath you've ever experienced. And she holds your hand. You buckle to one knee as she's just holding you, and she's staring at you with these cold, unemotional eyes, just staring you down like an owl, assessing you. And she just holds it. Give me one more fortitude save. See how bad this is going to get.
18.
Okay. You start feeling the cold affecting your cheeks and nose. You start feeling that running nose when you're in the cold, like trying to stop it from running, and it starts to burn at the tip, just burning like a fierce fire. But then your whole face goes numb, like a night of heavy drinking, if you will. And you can start seeing your own breath in front of your face, which is odd because it's got to be like at least August. And you're like, and everything starts going dark as you shiver uncontrollably. And then she lets go. And just before you're about to black out, you catch your breath in your lungs. And you can feel water dripping off your body like ice melting in springtime. And she looks to you and she says, "There, make your own damn ice." You now have, as you look in your hand, the runic scar of make ice. This functions similar to a cantrip. It will be basically half your level, round it up, and that will affect how much ice you can make at will. It is just ice. It is not you're going to make someone cold. It is not you're going to make weapons. You are literally just going to make a cubic amount of ice, the dimensions equal to your level, round in half, rounded up as a cantrip.
Is the new level... I just want to make sure that if Adelphon Prime is going to move forward with this new ice measurement, I would like to say that it is 1 Voss of ice. I would like it now to be his name to just be used as a unit of measurement.
After Papoose and now this.
Yes. It is
All right.
1 Voss of ice.
Y'all trying to kill Rufa, aren't ya?
All right, I'm making this a note. What shall we say is one unit of Voss?
I would like to just backtrack a little bit and note that it is somewhere in between 3 buckets and 1 house cat, which is exactly what we discussed before Voss was brought up.
Okay, all right.
But if it's not the size of Papoose, like are we really doing it right?
So if you filled a Papoose full of ice, it would be one Voss.
Which is either 3 buckets of ice or the size of a house cat.
Or the size of a house cat. And
okay, so 3 buckets. I don't know the measurement of the buckets. It's just a quick, lazy Google search. 3 buckets is 35 liters. That's like, oh god, I don't.
That's actually
remember.
a lot of ice.
That's a lot.
That's a serious amount of ice. So each smart water bottle is 1 liter.
Okay,
There's 35 of those.
Damn, that's a lot of ice.
So I'm going to say Voss is now a unit of measurement for 35 bottles of smart water, but she does not get to make 1 Voss of ice because that is disgusting. That's too much ice.
Like a third of a Voss or half a Voss?
I will.
So is it just Voss with 1 S instead of 2?
Well, no, because technically this is his name. It would still be a VOSS, but if it was possessive or plural, it would be VOSS apostrophe. That's one of the few things I remembered in elementary school. So, what I'm going to say is it's going to be 2 cubic feet by level. So you're level 4, so that means you can make 4 cubic feet of ice in a massive chunk or in a ball. You can shape it however you want to, but it's still just a 4 cubic volume feet ice.
And what's the official fancy name for it?
It is the I believe it is the rune scar of make ice.
Okay, just gotta write that down. All right. So Ichi says, "Thank you." And then she's gonna walk really slowly and quietly back to the kitchen, and she's just gonna stand next to Ruth.
Give me a quick perception check as you walk away, because you critically succeeded, so you get this ability to just magically make ice whenever you want to.
Perception 21.
As you walk away, you hear Bowen under her breath say, "I mean, it's the least complicated of any of my curses. It's very simple, really."
Oh, and in the back, you hear, "Oh, and before she leaves, she should try some of this."
So Ichi walks back in to the kitchen, just stands next to Rufa real quietly.
By now, I'm just gonna say Rufa has made has a couple of cups of kind of a light brown liquid for enough for our party, some extras, and 1 barrel of this liquid.
Where do you want the ice?
Yes, he points over on the counter. Just here is fine. Here is fine. He still doesn't know about the hand, the ice hand.
Like a bowl.
Just make a pile here, and we'll make do. So what is the ice? Rufa does not see the ice.
Ichi raises her hand and then puts it over the table. And then just what happens?
So you put your hand over the table and you can feel the sudden energy swell to your palm. and in your brain you can kind of see this empty kind of white Arctic space, and this voice, it's just like this breathy elven voice, like, what kind of shape would you like it to be?
What kind of shape do you want your ice to be, Rufa?
Some cubes would be just fine.
Cubes, please.
For clarification, would you like one massive cube of ice or many cubes of ice?
Many little cubes of ice.
Okay. And you kind of feel this breeze kick in, and you can see these trees swaying in this land you've never been in. And then this is like, see it, make it, kind of starts moving through your head, and all of a sudden, just a bunch of ice cubes just fly out of your palm.
Rufa just stands there like with the shock look. His eyes just go, what have you done, Itchy?
I got you ice.
Rufa sees this. Is this a new development, or what are you always able to do this?
Oh, it's kind of a new thing.
Good to know that.
Let's not talk about it, actually.
Yeah, we'll discuss it later. We'll discuss it later. We will discuss it later. Let us concentrate on the matter at hand for now. And Rufa's going to kind of divvy up the ice in the small cups, and then put the rest of the ice in the big barrel.
Mm-hmm.
And then each of the small cups, he pours kind of a brown sugar syrup in it, and then the rest in the big barrel.
Okay.
And he offers the first one to Itchy. Okay. And it has a very large, wide straw.
Itchy. She takes a big sip.
You taste it's well. Should I roll, see if the craft?
You know what? I'm gonna say, since you had all this time, we'll just basically like, you take a 10, so you get like a plus 10 to what your basic thing would be.
Then a dirty 20.
Bingo! Can't go wrong with that.
All right. Well, Rufa has created brown sugar boba milk tea.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little drink that back in where Rufa came from, very popular, especially around the young folk.
Rufa. This is amazing.
Oh, there's also other flavors. There's a one, if you could get our hands on a pepper yam like potato. There is a very, very intense sweet one. There is many different variations, but this is basic.
Thank you so much.
Do you think that our Orchid friend would enjoy it? Oh, and he's gonna yell for one of the people outside to come in and grab one and give it to Belna. Make sure she tries one of these. I think it'll become quite popular.
Now that Ichi has a delicious drink, she is having a moment. She at some point mentions to Rufa, yeah, we should give this to the orc, but she's almost like stunned, and she has found herself a little cozy spot, and she's just contemplating life. And I think she's going to be pretty useless for the next couple of hours. She'll leave it to however we want to move forward from this is up to you guys.
Perhaps Rufa should cut his stand the roof bar.
I mean, we can make that a thing. You can absolutely make the roof bar thing. Would you prefer Rufa or Rufoba?
He's just thinking out loud. The roof bar milk tea. we'll play around with it, Dad. And he looks over at Itchy, is about to ask her for her opinion, but he sees she's in Boba Bliss right now, so like, all right. Anyway, we should get going. We should make sure that big fellow friend is not kept waiting because he's might cause some kind of rampage or something.
So I'm gonna do a quick skip ahead unless anyone else has any other things they want to do or contribute or offer the scene or the party. No.
What are we supposed to do at this point? I love it. It was a beautiful thing to watch. It's one of those things where it's like, I wonder if I can get Woodward involved. I can't get him involved. He has to stay outside.
By the way, Sam, we were talking in secret notes. You probably saw it in the chat. We decided canonically when you use the power, it makes that horrible sound that ice machines at a hotel makes. That kind of.
I'm just dead. Oh my God. All right. Proceed, please. I'm going to mute myself and laugh.
Go right ahead. Oh, also, you do know, as Bowen said under her breath, you heard that was a simple curse. Your hand is forever cold to the touch.
Aw.
Worth it?
That's
For Boba?
I'm going to use that later. I'm not going to forget about that. All right.
That little blip comes up. This will be remembered. Okay, so really fast now. Whether it's from Lofen or Bowen or the dogs, any way you wish to know, at the end of the day, you are informed that there are two issues still plaguing Alpha Prime with the war effort, and they are missing Zaka. No one knows where he is. He's been missing since the Battle of Fort Raggedy. And the second one is there's been a lot of reports that Xanakin has been on the warpath, just moving through small town for small town to the south of the Aldalfon city-states. And there's a fear that he may be very, very active in trying to make a military front away from Korikos, but he's still attacking people. So you have two different leads about the war. The question is, which one do you want to look into right now?
Is this for all of us?
This is for the group. Everyone's business, to my knowledge, is taken care of. There are also, I want to say, let me make sure, there's one side quest left. You see Magistra Bellina has a golden question mark above her head. You can accept this quest if you want to. But other than that, yeah. The big things is just Zaka question mark and Xanakin exclamation point.
Out of character, I don't know about you guys. I'd like to see what's kind of going up with Zaka. But that's just me. So I don't know what y'all want to do.
Well, I feel like in order of like things that are big, I feel like Xanakin's like the biggest thing that we need to worry about. So I feel like taking out Zaka as a or not taking out like physically. I'm not trying to ice Zaka. But handling him, I think, will be easier and probably a step in the right direction rather than going straight for Xanakin right now. I think Zaka's cool.
I do think we have a little more time for Xanakin because now he can't like see us. So I feel like that gives us a little more time. What are y'all laughing at?
Right.
What
I think
did
Zaka,
miss?
I think Zaka is the way to go because overall Xanakin is, again, exclamation point. We know everything that there is headed this way, war, what we need to know. If we can solve the problem and maybe hell make Zaka an ally, it would be worthwhile.
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, no one has any strong ideas or opinions about where Zaka is since he was basically taken away by an unusual winged monster during the Battle of Fort Raggedy. He seemed to kind of fade off on the horizon, and no one's seen really him or his troops since. The feeling is his troops have been basically reabsorbed back into Korikos' main assault. Zaka is completely gone. No one knows what's up. This will be a mystery, an investigation, and a mystery to solve. Where in the world is Zaka the orc?
Where in the world
Yep.
is Zaka the orc.
I was banking on that. Yep. I was gonna say Zaka San Diego. No, that doesn't work. So
Zaka Ego.
if you get Zaka Ego, I don't know about that. So if you want to, you can either try to make a check and go in your own direction with this, or we can discuss a good first step, and I will suggest a roll from there. Choice is yours. Do you have a hunch, or do you want some help?
Rufa would actually like to contact, get in touch actually, since he's probably still in touch with at least his goblin contacts, either Lofen or God, what's his name? The orc, the goblin contact that he made, that he helped make the chicken machine on Megaw ship.
I believe that is Ikius C. Boomglass.
Yeah.
You could try that. Yeah, you also have the double agent working for Korokos, Hush Snagglefoot.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I think Hush Snagglefoot would actually, yeah, that person would probably be more helpful with this.
Okay.
But I'll say out of character party. We will have to kind of offer a equivalent exchange of information too. So, do we have any idea what kind of information we could provide them? That wouldn't hurt us too bad.
I don't know about that just yet, but I'm curious. The animal that took Zaka away, that beast, the winged beast, was that a griffin? Do we know for sure, or do we? Sorry, I'm spacing on what took him, or if we saw it.
I will say, what's your bonus to your nature roll?
Ooh,
What's your bonus?
My bonus is a +8.
Okay. Well, you know for sure what a griffin looks like. This thing had no feathers, bat-like wings, and almost like human hands where hooves should be. So this is definitely not a griffin. It's a little weird.
Okay. Damn. I was hoping that if it was a griffin, we could exchange the information of it being a griffin that took him or something along those lines.
That is actually a great little bookmark. Kylie, a handful of episodes ago, you kicked Kazan the Thoktukine off his griffin.
I got a griffin!
Do you want to keep this griffin?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Because this thing has been losing its mind, violently thrashing in the woods, breaking trees and attacking wild animals and almost attacking the guard. If you want to keep this griffin, there's a special thing you have to do to break and train and bond with this griffin.
You gotta be blood brothers, yo.
Have you talked to Takaro Ice or Mato Crow or literally anyone who talked to Kind about how to bond with this guy?
Oh, I remember something after I kicked that guy off.
Well, I'll tell you what, give me a nature check and then we will jump to that in a second. So Ian, it's not a griffin. Seems to be some other weird animal.
Right. Okay. Well, that takes my hunch away of where he may have been taken then.
Okay.
So I think that, Rufa, you are correct in talking to your shadowy friend for more information.
Ian, would you mind if I kind of use the idea that you presented and run with it?
Yeah, run with it. Go ahead. Do it.
Okay. Okay, PJ, can I actually roll an occult roll for recall knowledge on that creature, if Rufa saw it?
Yes.
And if anybody want to help with an aid, that would be that'd be appreciated.
Would it be a nature check, Abe?
It would be occult.
If you want to roll a nature check in some way, I will allow that as aid as well.
Great, because that's a 21 as opposed to like 15.
Okay.
I got a 22.
Anyone else? Okay.
I think Woodward is using his nature check basically to file through everything he has seen, basically, and try to. It may not give an answer, but it definitely eliminates. Like if a name is brought up of a creature and he goes, "That's not that. This would have been the sign," or no, not that, and just work his way through that way.
Okay.
Get a 12
so-
for
12?
nature.
Nature check. Okay.
So what's the bonus? The final bonus on this then?
There'll be a +2.
Okay, that would be a 23. So Rufa would take out his notebook that he's been writing and sketching of all the things that they have experienced thus far, and go to the page with that creature. So what do you think? Consulting with Itchy and Alona and Woodward, I think it looked like this. That had these weird hands. I don't know. The fingers look kind of. Wouldn't want to be touched by those fingers. Ew.
So looking at it, you start looking at a bunch of different creatures. You're like, well, the frame is definitely a horse. These wings are definitely like a bat, but they're bigger, and the texture isn't quite right. It's not fur. And these hands, they look like they're humans, but they're like 3 or like 4. They're definitely not normal human fingers, and the skin is not like fur. It almost looks scaly, like a scale that you haven't seen before. And the nose, the snout on this beast definitely is a little longer and pointy, not quite a beak. And you can tell there's a really weird gland in its neck. You don't know what that gland is for. And this thing looks like it could run really fast and climb and fly. You've never really seen a creature like this, but you can tell there's a lot of. So you're starting to kind of believe this is an aberration, borderline abomination, whatever this thing is. It is not from this world.
At the very least, Rufa could tell that this creature does not moisturize.
All right.
Rufa, there's actually, I know a lot about the animal kingdom, and there's very few animals that do really just spend their time.
Quite a shame, actually.
Yeah.
They can use so much.
Well, that's that. I don't think it's at the top of their list of what needs to get done, but
what it should be. Proper care, proper grooming.
All right, and that is where we're going to take our 5-minute break. When we come back, we will continue the investigation for Zaka, this weird animal, and Ichi's probably going to have just a really good boba time. So we'll be back in 5 minutes. That'll be 9:43 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We love you. We'll see you then. Hi, everyone. Great to see you. Thank you so much for that 5-minute break. Good to be back, and good to see that you all are still voting in that poll. We'll see what happens at the end of the episode, and can't wait to surprise you guys with whatever that vote is. In the meantime, I want to give a big shout out and thank you before we get started to Effie Burton again, giving some great subs. Thank you so much, and thank you to all the new people in the chat. Now, let's carry on, my wayward son. So you've been discussing this unusual creature that basically plucked Zaka from the Battle of Fort Raggedy and took them Azimuth knows where. The question is, while you haven't quite been able to identify what it is more than an abomination or an aberrant creature, what's next for your investigation?
So it's not a... So what we have deduced is the creature's probably a one-off or a mutation or something, or we just don't know.
You're not entirely sure. It looks like there's different sort of animals incorporated into it, and there's something else that seems unusual. You haven't quite pinned it down yet, but you know this for sure. This is the only one like it you've ever seen, and there's no notes about this anywhere.
Is Bubble Boil still with us, or has she gone off to do her own thing?
Bubble Boil is currently working on Legion Lejeune as part of the plan you guys made. She's basically making sure this guy is not going to snap and kill everyone in the city. So far, it's going great.
Okay. Rufus going to say, Well, perhaps we put the pin on this. Perhaps later on we could ask Bubble Boil. Maybe she might recognize this creature, perhaps. Or
Right. Well, couldn't it have been made by that the guy on the, what was it, double hard rock boat or something? There was all sorts of things going on there. There was a chamber with people. Yeah, people weren't right, and then we got Gooey Joey,
and
then
we helped with that chicken thing.
Yeah, the chicken thing too. Wait, but right, couldn't it have come from there?
Could. That place was kind of weird. It was very weird.
Maybe she'll know about it. I mean, she knew about the boat in the first place, right?
Perhaps Lufa is still in contact with that chicken machine making friends. Vasco to us, Lufa perhaps gonna send a message perhaps later on.
So we're trying to figure out what this beast is in hopes of tracking Zaka, correct? That's the hope.
Seems to be the general idea.
Mm-hmm.
Really quick, out of character, when it flew off, did we make a note of, did it go west, east, south?
It looked like it went south by southeast, somewhere between that quadrant of the compass. It's hard to tell exactly where it was because it kind of vanished around the horizon pretty quickly, because you had that massive unit Lova who is currently trashing the entire fort.
In the Edge of Legend world, what is kind of like out in that direction?
The last thing you can think of, if it's still in the Alphon Prime continent, it would be maybe the coast to Agrippa upon a Bear, that city whose name you can't seem to remember, or potentially Asmacon.
So the Freddy Itchy, you've never seen this thing before, right?
Have I ever seen this thing before? Mr. GM.
Oh, yes?
Have I ever seen this thing before?
Give me a lore check. +2 because it's your homeland.
Alrighty. Let's see. Lore, +2. 21.
Hell no. This is nowhere in your mythology, your culture, your religion, your music. This doesn't exist in Asmacon at all.
Ichi thinks really hard, and she flashes back to history class, which, as you all know, she failed because we've talked about it many times. I'm pretty sure no. I can't be certain because there's a lot of things I should know that I don't. But like 99%, no.
Okay. Then at least through Ichi, at least for now, we could deduce that it is not beyond all the way to Asmacon. So between there, the creature might originate from Fort Raggedy and Asmacon in the middle, so which would be a gripper upon a better perhaps that neighborhood.
Well, you know who would know out of all of us? She's going to turn to Alona, the person that's read books all her life. Alona, have you read anything like this or seen anything in a book that you know so much about?
Alona goes through her photographic memory, PJ. Photographic memory.
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh, good, because it's real nice. Oh, yeah, good thing I'm good at things. Woo! All right, 19 plus 9. How does one math?
I couldn't tell you.
28, I believe, 19 plus 9, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you remember all of your stories of mythological creatures. The War March of Koga. You remember the scales of Iodex. You remember all these entities and things that exist in your world. None of them match up, but there's this weird detail that you keep playing in your head when you think about the creature. Nothing makes sense. The hands, that's nothing. The wings, that looks like a bat. That doesn't make any sense. The way the snout is shaped, the way the neck is very broad and bulky, and the protruding glands in the throat, the unusual coloration and scale-like texture, like that looks like a dragon. But the hands and the wings and the eyes, the horse-like shape, none of that screams dragon.
Is it a kobold? Is it a really messed up kobold?
You have heard rumors about kobolds. Unless some weird thing happened, you don't think it's a kobold.
Okay. Alona's gonna relay this information to everybody. Like, I've read books my entire life. It's true, but there's a lot of books out there, and there's a lot of weird stuff in the world. I maybe that creature was in a book in the restricted section. I was only able to get one out. So unfortunately, I don't really have much in the ways of this creature. However, if you wanted to, I can take a look in the book that I have in the restricted section to see if there's anything in there that would help us with tracking an individual that took off with flight. Maybe. Possibly.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's worth a shot. It's hard to track something when it's flying. I do have to say that much. And I'm sure Woodwork can kind of back me up on this.
Yeah, no, I'm with Shonibus on this one. I mean, if we can find a way to, we don't really have a part of it. We don't. I mean, I don't know of any spells we could use at this point to try to catch it in any other way.
Hey, do you know who else might know? Isuo. He seems like he knows a lot of things and has a dimension door to several places and a god in his closet. The possibility of him maybe knowing.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
So, if we want to pursue with this, of course.
Oh, why not? Let's go see Isuo and see how we can track this person down, because the other thing about flying is that they had to land at some point, right? I mean, it's not like it's just hovering there somewhere. So let's go see Isuo and see what we can do.
You guys go up to Eastwell. By the way, Ian, did you ever get the stats for that most electrifying chair in sports entertainment?
I think I did.
Okay,
Hold on,
good.
let me check.
Good. Also, everyone, at this point, I believe, or at least 4 of you, should have a +1 striking weapon of your choice. Because I know the druid is basically, when he turns into a bear, a +1 striking weapon. Yeah. Okay, great. So you guys go to Isuo's. They welcome you in as always. They already have tea and coffee brewing for you when you arrive. They have some nice music playing on this unusual box. They say they got some sort of device from a place called New Jack City, and you hear this kind of like hissing and a warble voice come out of this unusual brass helmet, and you hear this singing. It sounds funny, but when you get used to it, it's actually kind of fun. Dancing, happy tunes. They describe it as jazzy.
When we arrive, I'm gonna make sure Rufa has a serving of boba milk tea ready for Isuo.
They are so excited. They look to you and they say, "Thank you. It has been too long since I've last had this." Oh, when you suck it up and you get the little boba in your mouth, it's like a surprise, and you chew on it, and it's so sweet. Oh, this is delectable. Thank you.
No problem.
So, how can I help you?
We gotta pick your brain a little on something.
That's what it's there for.
So there's this creature, and it, I guess, kind of looks like a dragon. Looks to Alona, but has hooves like a horse, and fingers, kind of, and wings, and scales? Question mark. I can't remember that detail.
Oh, I hate not to be helpful, but I cannot. I can honestly say I've never heard of a creature like that.
Can I draw it real fast?
Sure, why not? Give me a crafting check.
God, I hope that doesn't come to life.
Oh no, that's a 6. That's a stick figure.
Yeah, straight up like Thanksgiving hand turkey, and you're like pointing arrows like but dragon, and there each one's looking at it going like I'm sorry, this is wonderful. I'm putting it on the fridge, but I have no idea what that is.
Rufus just gonna slide over the notebook that he already has the image of it that we were discussing earlier.
So the drawing that you made earlier?
Yeah.
Okay. Same. Eastwood looks to you and they say, I'm very sorry. While I recognize bits and pieces, when you put the puzzle together, I can honestly say I've never seen this before.
So you would perhaps say this is a unique creature.
As terrifying as it appears, it is delightfully one of a kind.
That actually does give us a very good clue. Then we can mark off that it is not some kind of a creature that is common, or maybe not even perhaps not a creature that doesn't originate from this world.
Rufa, when you were talking to Lofen, and he said that he had information about Zaka, Xanakin, and the gigantic orc that we, of course, brought back. Did he mention that he knew where Zaka was?
PJ, did he?
The one thing that he mentioned about Zaka was a letter that he found to the goblins before they were all flushed out of the sewers, leaving behind hundreds of bloblins under the city. What he mentioned was that Zaka has been moved somewhere and that all of the goblins and hobgoblins are being told to move back, meet with all the other Green Army until new officers are put into place or until Zaka returns from where he was moved to.
Rufus is going to relay the information to the party. Basically, he goes, well, our conversation was cut short, but from the information that Rufus was able to gather, that Zaka was put back to the army to perhaps consolidate strength for find a bush or something.
Mm-hmm. Well, my friend, you are thinking like a strategist, but can you think like a strategist and an orc? That might help you out some.
Actually, with that, can I actually roll a warfare lore? Rufus is going to get into the mind of an orcish tactician.
You can give me a lore orc check. If you don't have orc, just a general flat lore check is fine.
All right. Will I still get the Green War bonus?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm using my hero point.
Okay.
By the way, that was on a die phase 6. Even though that would have been nice, I think I could do better.
I think you can too. I believe in you. I believe in you.
Much better.
What's the total?
Dirty 20.
Okay. So you're thinking about it, and you're thinking that Zaka more likely would be kept with a different orcish tribe or entity. Not just because all of the orcs and hobgoblins, goblins, and who knows what else is unified for one giant war against the whole world, but because the orcs value trust so highly. And the one person they can trust more than people they are killing are other orcs. So it really stands to logic that he's probably being hidden amongst other orcs. That's what that lore check tells you. And more than likely, they're trying to keep him off the mainland continent. They don't want him staying on Adolphon Prime's continent because that puts him at risk.
Okay. Rufus going to get up, start pacing back and forth, and kind of like he has his hands on his temple, goes, okay, think like an orcish tactician. Cut the dash, okay? The face, be big, strong, like, yeah. and basically relay what PJ said. Probably that they would probably. I'm trying to think of how to translate that to Rufanese.
That's fine. That's fine. If you guys want to make checks, you can. If you want to, I can recommend some checks. We can make a society check, diplomacy check. Choice is yours.
Society, please.
Oh, please roll me a wonderful society check.
Thank you.
I'll do diplomacy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an 11.
None of them are looking
Ooh.
good.
Apologize.
Diplomacy for a 19.
All right.
Diplomacy 13.
I got an 11
Damn.
for diplomacy.
Should I roll, or since I already did the lore, I don't?
Really fast. Sidney, what was your roll?
11.
Yeah, why don't you roll, Michael?
Okay.
It's not great.
Look, I want you to know that your efforts were amazing. They're truly valid. They just didn't hit the DC. That's all.
26 society.
Okay. So as everyone is kind of talking about it, actually, this is perfect that you would figure this out. You realize that orcs never really would have a communication network before Korokos. That's not something they did. It's like, it's our tribe, and if we talk to your tribe, that's just kind of like a Tuesday. That's not a big thing for us. There's no mass communications network. Korokos is basically trying to create one from scratch with every orc he can get in contact with. So really, if he was to move Zaka, he would have to move him off land to something that is an orc that he has been talking to.
Wait, can you kind of explain the last part a little bit?
He would have to move Zaka to an orc that he has already been in communications with.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Remember, task big, angry, and green. All right. All right. Orcs, they do not have a connection, a communication network like some of us have. They would instead have to create one from scratch. But to create one from scratch, that is a lot of work. And he only has other orcs to deal with, so he would need to move them to another orc that they are already in communications with.
The only orc that we have encountered that we know of, besides Xanakin, and besides ones that we have either made allies or disposed of, the only orc that I can think of that is off land could be Matazong.
Sidney, give me an intelligence check with a +2.
+2. Math. 22.
Perfect. You seem to recall a very special letter from Matazong to you with a set of keys for a boat in the Adelphon Harbor.
Perfect. All right. Sounds like we have more seas ahead of us. Yay.
This time we actually have someone who can drive a boat, steer a boat.
You
Larian?
were left in charge of a boat.
I can sail a boat, no problem.
There we go.
This never ends well.
But I would also like someone more experienced than me that can sail a boat. Not that I really want them around, but at least then we know we're going in the right direction.
As long as you don't sink this one, that's all we care about.
Shova's gonna like reach over and like backhand Alona's head. Like older sister, just like shut up.
Alona just goes, "Doh." But in that moment, she takes a step to the side. And PJ, can I do a secret check real quick?
Sure. Send me a private message. Let me know what it is and what the number is.
Okay. Cool.
And while she's doing that, everyone, thank you so much for voting in the poll. I love what I'm seeing number-wise. Give it a, if you haven't already voted, please jump into our poll on the Twitch picks and vote. Because, like, so, like, Xanakin, so awesome raw, like, what's up?
Why you gotta stress me out like this? And you enjoy it.
I mean, I do. I do.
Mm-hmm. It's fun when you squirm. Tee. Yes, like that. Exactly like that.
Yes. Mwaha, mwahaha, mwa, meh.
Can I use my hero point?
Someone clip that.
Don't clip it. Look, it was Yoshi yesterday and it's stupid Wario today. We don't need these clips.
Ben, you know what to do.
Ben, no. Ben, I trust you. I trust you.
Clip that too at the same time.
Why?
Another one.
Another one. Okay, so secret roll. Do you wish to do anything with that information or what?
No.
Okay. So yeah, so what are you guys gonna do? You have a boat that Matazong left in the Adelphon Harbor. You know that Zaka is not on main land. In fact, he's probably been thrown somewhere off to the sea. And Shiodabus seems to feel like you might want a different person piloting the boat.
Wait, are we seriously talking about trying to find one person in the entirety of the ocean?
Well, that's also why I was saying maybe we should bring him being Voss, because he knows where he dropped off Manazong.
Oh.
Thus, us being able to find her and eventually Zaka easier.
Fair.
So we would be getting Matazong on our side to help in the search? Or do we think she knows where he is?
I think she's the one who
A little bit of both.
hid this person.
Well, yeah, I guess we could start there. I mean, we're not diving off to something before Adelphon needs saving, right?
I wish I could give you a definite answer to that.
Right. Okay. Well, we could.
I mean, like, I still have.
We could at least talk to Voss about it.
Yeah, like we have time. We don't have to do it like today.
I mean, imminent threat, putting things off. Not really the thing you procrastinate on.
I mean, we're gonna get it done. It just doesn't have to be like today. Like I got a couple things to do, a couple errands to run.
Like what?
Like stuff. I have a life,
I'm sorry. What? You think I don't have a life just because I read books and I don't have any other life experience other than this freaking war?
I mean, you've been doing a lot of push-ups.
Yeah. I could be doing more push-ups.
You certainly can. Shumba's gonna take like one step to the side. You're doing great on those push-ups. Don't get me wrong. Really.
Kind of, as she steps closer, Rufus just kind of narrows his eyes, as if he senses something.
Let's should we do we know where Voss is at the moment?
I'm pretty sure someone can just mention the papoose and he'll come running, or you'll be dodging.
Just say it 3 times in a mirror.
Rufus touches his nose. Not it.
Yeah, if you guys want to meet up with Larry and Voss, it's not hard. Ulfgard is all over the city, and you know that they like to go to the Adolfon Public House #1, so it's not hard.
Let's go.
All right.
Boop, boop, boop.
Boop.
Thank you.
Okay, so so you guys go to Adolfon Prime. Sorry, my table is put on like Bambi's legs, so it shakes a lot. So you guys go to Adolfon Prime House #1, Public House #1. Sure enough, you see Larry and Voss is there with Ulfgard Company, the local guard. A bunch of people are already starting to like throw some cash around. They're like, I won so much gold at the local pit fight. I'm so glad I instituted this. I'm already making more than I made at a day job. And I'm the one fighting. And so the Baxter's like, yeah, and I bet on you, mate. And now I'm sitting here set for life for these drinks, yeah? And the guards are sitting there kind of like putting like wadded up towels, they're like split lips and ice on their foreheads, going, yeah, and taking 5 fights a night is not a smart move, but I was just sick and tired of sitting around doing nothing. And Ulfgard and Larian are just like staring daggers as Ulfgard's like, maybe you should quit talking about fighting and actually just fight like adults do. And then they all kind of like, there's a quiet, awkward vibe. And sure enough, like all awkward vibes where a good time was broken, there's Larry and Voss. Hey.
Ah. Amazing. So Ilona kind of pushes Shionibus up to Voss and is like, hey, Voss, Shionibus needs your help.
I was going to do that, and then I thought it was a bad idea, so I'm so happy you did. I was like, oh, I won't do that. That could be... It's perfect.
So Larry and Voss are just kind of like, hey.
And actually, we need your help. It's a job.
All right, who am I killing?
Not quite.
No. Who am I protecting?
I actually need you to sail somewhere for us. Sail us somewhere?
Okay. You want me to pilot?
Yeah, because we all know what happened last time with me, so.
Yeah, you stole me a boat. No. Wait.
Oh, no. That's sitting in the harbor for you.
Why, I get to keep the boat that I'm piloting?
Maybe. I don't know. That's not currently in discussion as of yet. We'll figure out if we make it out alive. Okay. Where did you last drop off Madazong?
Back to my compound where my people live.
And that was the last time you saw her?
Technically, last time I saw her, she was drinking and shooting mugs off of my people's foreheads. But yeah, it was there.
I knew I liked her. You haven't had any contact with her since?
Nope. The vibe I got from her was very much leave me alone until it's time to do a thing. So I'm leaving her alone until it's time to do a thing.
Okay, well, it's time to do a thing. We're trying to find Zaka, and we think that she had contact with him at some point, and we need to find him, like, not on land. So
what's a Zaka? Sounds like something I wear before I put my boot on.
It's one of the generals? Question mark? Lucetti Lona? Because I can't remember.
No, not necessarily. I mean, they're a high-ranking officer of the Orc Army, but I don't think they're a general, at least not to my knowledge. But they're important. They're influential. They have a small following. So they're a very important person for us to find. And if you wouldn't mind helping us, Larian, it'd be really nice of you. And you could help bring this war to a quicker close, and then you can be on your way and do your business, and maybe you'll get to see Madazong again, which would be super nice, unless she's harboring a war criminal, In which case, it'll be a little complicated.
Also, I have this, and she's gonna hold up like a pouch of a big pouch of gold.
He points the gold and goes, "That's part 1. Part 2," and he looks to Alona, and with like a serious look, he says, "I know everyone on that island. If there was some orc other than Matazong who's a war criminal, I would have killed them by now. I can assure you Zaka is not with my people. Number 3, while I appreciate the money, we are currently working on selling our services to the nation state when the war breaks out. We've already accrued a small mercenary contract to have the Ulfgard fight in the war." So this would be a private contract.
I wouldn't have it any other way. So, we have a deal? Don't give me those eyebrows.
I don't give you any eyebrows. No.
He slams his hand on the table, slowly stands up, and like that kind of stand off the table where he is right in your face, and he looks you in the eyes, and you can smell the beard oil and the drinking and like the general rage, and he looks you in the eye. Shake my hand. We have a deal.
She's gonna shake his hand.
He pulls you in tight and he says, "Good," and lets you go just to get a rise out of you.
She's gonna like push him as he like lets her go. Like, jerk. And
Alona's
then
right
toss the
there.
gold to him.
Yes. Alona's right there, like,
Like little sister, I love it.
and she leans to Woodward. She's like, "Is this what a relationship is like?"
No.
No, it is not. It is not. No. If any part of a relationship looks like this, just don't.
No.
No.
Ichi looks at Woodward and says, "Oh, do you have a lot of experience with relationships?"
Yeah, a lot of them ended this way. They definitely didn't start.
Yeah, you'll have to tell Alona sometimes. She likes to hear those kinds of stories.
Yeah, I got plenty of I have plenty of examples to go over of what it shouldn't be. So we can get into those on the road.
We're gonna.
Wives of Woodward, the merry wives of Woodward.
That's right, everyone. I think a long time ago, earlier this year, we made a joke about a one-shot called "The Merry Wives of Woodward," and the end of this year for the December one-shot for charity, we're definitely going to try and pick up and do the Merry Wives of Woodward one-shot for charity. Me and Ian are going to work on that, but that's happening. You're going to get to learn a lot about Woodward's wives.
Are they all gonna meet at a Christmas party?
I thought they were all book club friends.
Yeah.
They could all share their dream boards.
There's clearly a wider lore than I was than I was aware of happening here. I thought they were part of a book club.
Well, that happens when you're Ghanaian.
Every game you miss, we're gonna write one more fact about your ex-wife.
Great, yeah, just a little bullet point.
Oh my god. So yeah, look forward to December when the Merry Wives of Woodward drops for charity. Okay. So Larry and Voss, after getting a rise out of you, you see him take the gold and kind of drop it into his only shirt. And he goes, "Let me know when we leave."
Tomorrow morning in the next hour. I gotta do a thing.
What's
It
it? What?
says to Alona.
I was like, "What do you have to do? What do
I
you have to do?
gotta do a thing. I gotta do a thing.
What is it?"
It's a thing.
Lona runs away.
Lona runs away.
She's mad. She's like, "We're supposed to be friends. I know your secrets." I'm like, "No."
So
She's
Larry,
not that upset. She's a little upset. She's like,
so Laren asks, like, do we need to go now? I'm not really. I mean, I'm drinking, but I'm not really doing anything.
Like, what time do we want to leave, guys?
Alona skates back because Effie Burton in chat was like, she skates away.
She skates away.
Oh, she does have those
Right.
the things.
The magic boots.
Oh, that's
Of
right. The
rollerblading.
magic slam dance boots.
She rolls back and she says, we can do it tomorrow morning, but we have to leave tomorrow morning.
Yeah, cool, no doubt.
All right. So fast forward tomorrow morning. Do you guys go to the harbor? Where do you guys go to meet?
I want to do that thing before we leave.
Send me a private message. I want to make sure I know what this thing is.
Oh, PJ, really quick. So during this off time that Bob Boyle's been working on all this stuff, and we've been in a ship and we got the stuff. Has that ballista thing been finished yet?
Not yet. It's missing 2 integral parts, but once you got it, it's good to go.
Could Rufus do that before we meet up with at the harbor?
It would have to be imported.
Okay.
One of the mechanisms would have to be imported from New Jack City. The other mechanism would have to be imported from Shin. So it's going to take a few weeks for it to arrive.
Okay. Well, then Rufus is going to put in an order. Darn. I was hoping we could install it on the back of the boat.
You still could in theory. But yeah, no, it's take about like 2 weeks for it to arrive, but it will arrive in Alphon Prime. That's all set up and ready.
All right.
Okay, so it is the morning. You guys decide to go to the harbor, correct? Okay. I need everyone to give me a quick perception check. This will be kind of a big perception check to include a lot of different things.
Larion's still drunk, isn't he?
He's sober as a judge. He's sober as a judge.
Oh no, Ian.
I see Ian got a bad number. Oh, is that a critical 20? Yeah.
Hey yo.
All right.
I got a 12 total, and I have a plus 11 to perception.
Oh no.
Ooh, that's a critical fail.
Big fat one.
Oh,
Right up
Ah, we got a nat 20 and a nat 1. I love it.
I got a 27.
27. All right.
29.
29. Great.
Does this pertain to the green ore?
Absolutely.
Okay, then that would be a dirty 20.
All right. So you get on board the boat and you see a massive warship. It needs so many people to make it work enough to actually go out in the seas and fight. A pilot could maybe do a good job, but the thing would be moving at half speed as he's constantly trying to struggle against the waves and the sea. And you'd have to make sure to have enough of a crew with the rigging alone. As you're looking around this boat and realizing this would take 20, 30, 40 people, 50 if you include the multiple cannons on this bad boy, you notice that the key that Matazan gave you isn't to the lock in the harbor. There is no lock on it. It's to her captain's chambers. As you open the door to her captain's chambers, you see this immaculate suite with trophies from all over the world, a spear from Tezuku, an Inkwa, capable of probably stabbing almost a demon to death. You see a sword from Shin, remarkable, and a parrying blade from Oriyasu, this immaculate curved blade. You see spices from Asa Alam, and you even see a religious statue, which is technically forbidden, from the land of Acadia. A bed and a giant diary. Ilona, with that critical 20, you see the latest page in Matazong's journal just open for you to read. And it says, in common, since we're still in negotiation, it makes zero wisdom to hold on to Korokos's brat. If he's smart, he will go with another Blue Rock Admiral, or drop him off at the floating pirate city I told him to put him.
Oh my god. So Ilona relays this to the rest of the party, saying, well, we have two options. He's either with somebody else, which I highly doubt, or he's in a floating pirate city. I've only really heard about them in stories, but they're not easy to get to, and they're not the friendliest places to outsiders.
Are you telling me we have to pretend to be pirates again?
Ilona gets out her sea beard. You bet your sweet ass we do!
Quickly, Woodward turns around with Mush with a little eye patch and his handkerchief on to be Mushbeard once again. Yeah, no, we don't. I mean, we could if y'all feel like it.
No matter how much I love the costumes, love them to death, I don't think we could really pass as actual pirates. It worked once, but they were also goblins. Real pirates, I think, could spot us a mile away. I think I can maybe pass, maybe.
You were also dressed up as Madazong, so it probably won't.
I mean, just being me, I can maybe get away because I look at least mean. But even that's a long shot.
In the background.
Yeah, but a lot of these people like are mean for a living and can like spot one of their own.
Is Rufa's argument, I'm a theater kid, I got this?
Rufa could be mean if he needs to be.
Rufa's like, hey everyone, I did Rent for like 2 seasons. I got it.
And Oklahoma for 5.
And Cats only for 1 though. Sorry.
Yeah, Cats.
And of course I did Bye Bye Birdie. Everyone does Bye Bye Birdie.
But Rufa's favorite is Man of La Mancha.
Oh, but that's such a good show though.
It is.
Okay, but for real, hero point. I love that.
Oh, he was also the lead in Wicked.
They're already here. Run.
Save yourself.
Yeah. Save yourself.
So, but we're still missing 44 people, right? To get, like, if you count the 6 that we have here, we're still missing. It was 50 people, right? If we wanted the guns and everything involved. So I don't know if pirating is really at our.
Actually, friend Woodward, do you think any of your friends among the dogs are perhaps sea dogs?
Oh, wait. To get this thing going?
Yes.
Wait, you want me to get my best friends from this city and I'll put us on this boat to be pirates?
Right. Rufa feels that their lifestyle choice would very piratey, would mesh well with the piratey
you know
theme.
What? I will ask around. I will see if they are interested. Woodward says with a very confident that he's going to get at least a few, and is willing to go back to the city and roll whatever's needed.
Okay. While you're gonna roll diplomacy at a high DC, Shionibus, I want you to make me a lore check with a +4. And what was that, Michael?
I was gonna say, can I aid Woodward?
Sure. Yeah. How do you want to aid him?
I'm good at aiding and abetting.
Wait. 1, that's amazing. 2, can we call this ship Penzance? Can we be pirates of Penzance, please? Please.
I'm getting on the wagon.
Whoa, that's a lot of subs.
What?
Yeah, that was a lot of subs that just came up on our.
Oh my God,
Oh my
Effie
God.
Burton, thank you so much.
Oh, wow.
Severely caught off guard.
Yeah.
Oh, Ian, what are you rolling again?
I rolled a diplomacy check. The thing that Woodward is built for, if you remember.
Ian, you're getting 32 help from Rufa.
So what is that? It's a +4?
Yeah. No. I get +4 to me to help Ian's character.
Oh, +4. Ah, okay, cool. All right, that's definitely a high number. So you get a +2 from one person alone.
Right. So that brings it up to a 17.
So you guys are discussing, and you're like, pirates, penzance, sea, orcs, certain death, and they're like, I'm good. I'm already making best friends with the local military, and I've got a drinking buddy every night, and they made a lovely awning for me, so when it rains, I don't get as wet. So I'm doing great.
But Lufa, if you join the crew, Lufa will make you the boba milk teas.
I don't know what boba is, mate. Is it like... No, you know what? Hold on. I learned this from one of the students at the academy. Inform healthy boundaries and stick to them. No, I don't want to go on your death boat. I don't want to drink your boba thing, and I don't want to get shot at by pirates. No.
Go off, buddy. You go.
Right? It's like, good. Go for it.
That
This
was
is a
the right
stupid
answer.
idea. I'm upsetting myself. I'm sorry I asked.
As you leave, like, oi, number 2, fancy a nip before you leave? At least I could do. I haven't seen you in a minute.
Oh, yeah. No, that's, guys, I'm going to see how they're all doing.
Oh, hey. You guys have a great time. You catch up, no big deal. Clearly none of the dogs take it personally. Like,
Right.
Pirates would be cool if I actually knew how to tie a knot. Like, they're
Very
totally
fair.
laid back.
Yeah.
So, Shonabis, what was that lore check?
23.
23. During your time on the seas with the Ulfgard Company, you've definitely run into massive ships, some that you've taken, some that you've had to flee from. And you've heard stories about the pirate cities, massive cities floating in the ocean. Imagine if Adolfon Prime was like 10 boats tethered together with 4 layers and floating in the seas constantly. This makes it very difficult to track which one of the 5 pirate cities Zaka could be in, because they're all constantly moving. If you were to get on your boat, you have to figure out which one of the 5 you're going to track down and which one of the 5 you're going to try and invade to get them out. And this could be moving as frequently as the currents and the wind.
She's just going to relay this to the group.
Great. Ilona looks to Shionabis and she says, okay, so either way, it's a crapshoot. It's probably going to take a lot of time. Do you think that the Ulfgard Company would be willing to help us with this?
Given it's an independent contract, we'll probably have to pay them individually. I gave Voss about 500 gold. I could spare 200 per Ulfgard we get. Or, yeah, I'm sure some of them also owe me a favor. And some of them just like me. So, like, I can maybe get them on board. Literally. That was a good one.
Was this before or after you stole their boat that they liked you?
Why do you always bring that up? I thought we've moved past this. I was gonna bring you to that thing, and now I'm not. So no. Yeah.
Well, Alona's going to sulk a little bit, and she's like, "Fine, I get it. I'll stop bringing up the boat. I just think it's an important thing, and it influences people's opinions of you when you steal their things and you sink them." She looks to Larian. She said, "Listen, we need to find this guy. We can't really progress any further in the Green War unless we find him. He's an integral part for some weird reason. He is a key in ending this thing, and we're going to need all the help we can get. Can you, by any chance, convince your team to help us pro bono?
Give me a diplomacy check.
Yikes.
I'm gonna be in the. Can I aid and be in the back and just be intimidating,
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
or even bat my eyelashes?
Go right ahead.
Is Woodward and Rufa back from this?
You'd be getting after this conversation is done.
Diplomacy.
Should I roll diplomacy? What is that?
It's up to you. Diplomacy, intimidation, deception.
Oof. I got like a 16.
That's. We'll do diplomacy, and that's a 26.
26. Sam, are you there as well, having any part of the conversation?
Yes. I don't know what Ichi's particularly contribute. I was distracted by the chat.
It's quite all right. If you want to make a diplomacy check to aid, or if you want to offer anything else, go right ahead.
Shall. Ichi shall use her diplomatic prowess. 18.
18. Okay. 1 second.
Questionable for a second.
I want to take a minute to say thank you so much to the chat. I think we just got our second level 5 hype train. Thank you guys so much for giving and the subs and all the love. Trust me, I'm going to do something with it and just bless you so much. Thank you. So I still can't believe it. So as you say this to Larian, and you have Ichi and Shonen is kind of flanking you, talking to him, he kind of looks and he goes, I'll tell you what. I'll crew this boat. I'll take all 50 Wolfguard I can get. You guys look after Napkin, whatever the hell his name is, and I'll go find Sock. And don't you worry about your money. He takes the 500 he gave him and he throws it at your feet and he says, it's not good here anyway. And kind of gives you a wink and then walks off to go get 49 more Ulfgard boys and girls and Vikings to go search the sea to find where Zaka is being kept hidden.
Ilona turns to Rufa and she says, Rufa, he said the money's not good. What happened to the money?
He's not there right now. He's going to be showing up, though.
I was like,
Does that mean all of our Voyage North characters are going to be there just hanging out?
I mean, the only one that died was the traitor. So in theory, yeah, that means everyone from the Journey North is going to be on that ship looking for Zaka.
That means Tessa's there too.
My magnum opus.
Including not just a rat folk cleric, but also 2 people who are Waffles and Maple Syrup will also be on that boat.
Right.
Okay, so the Journey North and Ulfgard are now on the quest to go find which pirate city or Blue Rock Armada is currently housing Zaka. This frees you up to go search for Xanakin if you wish, or anything else in the city.
Actually, so we don't need a crew anymore?
No. Basically, Larian is kind of strong-arming 49 other members of Ulfgard to do this job for free.
Darn, I was about to use my very rarely used background feat. I just realized that I had at the last minute. You never use... who uses their background feat?
That's it. I mean, the skill feats are so good in this game. It's hard to say because it's like, hey, either never use them or I always use them, but they're free. So it's chef's kiss.
Oh, by the way, just to let you know, if I had been able to use it, it would have been my streetwise. So I got you to use diplomacy to gather information to see if there's pirate people around.
Oh, I see.
Fair.
Pirate people.
Yeah.
Good old pirate people.
Good old pirate people.
Seen in Pirates.
Not gonna lie, I'm a little sad that we're not gonna be pirates again. But also, I appreciate the fact that we don't have to go on a gigantic quest again and leave Adelphon when we just got back.
Well, you still might, because the only thing left is Xanakin, who has been moving throughout the continent, attacking and ransacking. At least reports say that the person matches Xanakin's description. attacking and ransacking small little hamlets and villages throughout the continent.
With the reports that we've seen or at least heard of, are they bouncing around? Does it look linear? Is there any, like, can we investigate it in any way to figure out if there's a path that these attacks are taking, or if they seem to be randomly dotted and there would be no way for him to get there on foot, or any of those kind of irregularities?
Pattern, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, great question. You can give me either a survival check for tracking or a warfare lore for kind of understanding the intel and anticipation.
Give you a survival check, that's for sure.
Okay, I'll be right back. Yeah, everyone can roll either survival or warfare lore. I'll be right back.
Oh, warfare lore.
Michael, you just asked who uses their background.
You just did.
Yeah, I have assurance and survival as my background.
Nice.
So I automatically get to
really
start
good
with an 18.
That's a really good one.
Yeah, assurance is awesome.
When PJ gets back, I actually want to ask him, even though my warfare lore is higher, I kind of want to use deception because I never used it in a way where you could use it as you can use deception to decode stuff.
Oh, okay, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So
like, I stick with warfare lore, or should I try?
I would stick with warfare, honestly, because the decoding may give us answers to where he could be headed or the way that he's moving. But the warfare may give us more information overall of maybe something he's planning or where he's headed to. If that makes sense. Yeah, it's kind of it would give us more insight.
Okay, I'll roll the warfare then.
Okay, sorry about
Alona's starting a harem?
What? No.
I know you're messing with me. What the hell? What?
I blame Reap Psyche.
Reeps, what did you do, Reep? What'd you do? All right, let me get those rolls if you haven't already got them. Survival checks or warfare lore.
My survival check was an 18.
An 18. What was yours, Shunbus?
18.
Awesome. What was yours, Sam?
It was 21 survival.
Okay. Alona, did you roll warfare or survival?
I rolled survival.
What was the number?
18.
Heck
18.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
All right. And Michael, what was your roll?
I rolled warfare lore, and it's drum roll 30.
30. Damn. Okay. So you can tell by looking at its movements, everyone that did survival, you can tell that it somehow originated about maybe 20, 50 miles south of Cobbledale. Basically where you last left Xanakin some 3+ months ago. Rufa, you can tell that even though it's starting somewhere down there, it has moved inland and has swept back up, basically favoring small non-territorial areas, and it's reaching it looks like it's going to be reaching back up to Cobbledale pretty soon, but right now it's about halfway there.
Well, it looks like from this pattern, Rufa is able to deduce that it is going to be swinging back up towards around that Cobbledale area, but at the moment, they're only halfway there.
What's left in Cobbledale? What's left? After their initial attack, why would they be coming back?
That is a very good question.
Easy target, maybe?
PJ.
Take them while they down.
Can I roll a deception as a decode thing? Because you can actually use that skill as to decode stuff.
Deception to decode or to encode, like to encrypt?
I think you can also use it as a way to decode stuff, right?
Not to decode. You can use deception as a way to like basically hide information, but if you want to figure out the information, that's a perception check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Could I roll that then?
Sure, of course. You're trying to basically figure out why he's moving, where he is.
Why would he return to Cobbledale? What's left there?
Okay, that would be a different check. I'm going to say that could be a society check or a lore check for you.
Warfare lore.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Come on. 15 plus 12. That is a 29.
Yeah, so that beats it. The best thing you can imagine is that since he does not have the full might of an army behind him, he is definitely striking smaller targets to get easier victories to accrue locations of power and defense. If he is able to take Cobbledale, which in theory is not as big as anything in Alpha Prime, he's got a very strong, isolated, and easily defendable location to amass a counterattack against anything west of that location, which is most of the continent.
Lufa kind of tugs a little bit at his mustaches, the tips. It sounds like to Lufa that they're perhaps trying to win some of the smaller battles, to win the bigger reward. And if by attacking these smaller settlements, smaller areas, simple wins would boost morale. And also, if they do take Cobbledale, because of this isolated area, it could be a highly defendable and would be a great area to counterattack from its the losses that they have suffered by us.
And they have a port, correct?
Yes, they do.
But Matazong isn't a part of their army. I guess other Blue Rock could have made other choices.
Supposedly. Does anybody know anything about the Blue Rock? Do they have the code of honor like they have with the Red Rocks? Anybody know that?
Before you get into that, everyone in this file check, so all of you, as Roop was talking about their movement, where they're going, where they're coming from, you also realize that if you were to leave pretty soon in your cart, you could probably follow the direction of the attacks and run into some old villages that he's already ransacked and potentially cut them off before getting to Cobbledale, if you leave like today.
Let go?
Just us?
Well,
I'm there, but could we
Time
leave with anyone else?
Time is of the utmost at this
Wait,
junction.
didn't we meet Isawo there?
in Cobbledale?
Yeah, right?
That's where we like met each other.
Yeah.
Minus
We met
Ichi.
Isawo there. Why are we walking? If Isawo's here, there's most likely a
time.
door in that city.
Does his structure still stand there? Would this be like back in Aspicon when his house was?
Honestly, that the siege was pretty damning for the city, but I don't know. I mean, it's worth a try. We could at least ask before we end up taking off, right? And just wasting time.
Yeah, I agree. Let's do it.
I think Woodward wants to head to Eastwo's house and ask him another question.
We're his favorite people.
Right.
Always asking him for things.
Friends, would we need to bring also some troops with us? Or are we just gonna face off an entire army as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people?
To be fair, there is no reports that suggest he actually has an army.
Oh,
just that he has numbers.
Okay. I retract what I said then.
So here's the deal. If we have an entire army, we're not fitting an entire army in Iso's house. 2, I mean, we can take people with us. We can take Morel, we can take Tobias, we can take Hera and Antigone, and we just have to find someone to babysit Joey.
There should be a school here. We could have him go to school. The growing boy should go to school.
You mean we're dropping Joey off in the convent so that he learns how to... Alona's triggered. I'm just kidding.
Or we could train him to be the scout like Rufa suggested in the...
No, Rufa, he's gonna be a baker. He's gonna do something. He's gonna be a professional video game player. I don't know.
Boy wants to feel like his adopted father Morale.
Yeah, I started scouting when I was his age, so like
You were also different. You were different, and you know you were different. But we can bring other people with us. It doesn't have to be just us 5. I mean, I know that, you know, the point of being the tip of the spear was to inform other cities. But I think since we don't know what we're up against, I don't think that we necessarily can justify bringing an entire army. Also, in case we don't want to engage in combat, bringing an army to another army is going to probably initiate some combat.
Then what about perhaps a commando strike team?
Look, I think we could bring a few people. We could possibly put people in between here and Cobbledale and signal them so they at least are only a day's march out instead of 2 or whatever this is. But we should ask Isuo how many people he can get through that door before we go making plans to move an army we don't know if we can even gather in the first place.
And I mean, also, we've been able to rally the forces in towns before.
True. If anything, we could get the locals, especially those familiar with the local environment and like woodsmen's, and have them set up areas around the foliage as scrimmages and have them commit guerrilla style tactics.
So really fast, just so we can move things along. Sounds like you 5 and all 4 of your NPCs are going to go into Eastwood's home and go to Cobbledale to then go out some way and intercept Xanakin. Is this all correct? As well as setting up some defenses in Cobbledale. Is that correct?
I think that is the plan. As long as we can get there by the way of Isuo's house, we would have to. We'd probably make a change or 2 if we had to get there on foot.
Sure. They do tell you that Isuo does tell you that Cobbledale has taken heavy damages, and that their shack, their home, their shop out there has not been fully repaired yet. But they do agree that taking a small commando unit is probably best, because that way, like Alona said, you wouldn't run the risk of being noticeable, and you wouldn't run the risk of causing an all-out war to break out.
So, how far is Cobbledale from here?
From Adelphon Prime, it's about if you leave from the city, it's about, I want to say, a 2 or 3 day journey eastward.
Okay, so 3 days. If it's 3 days from here, and we can just about catch him, he's got 3 days out as well. How many more days is needed to repair that door?
So just kind of.
So at least we have a way out.
They kind of rub their foreheads as they're thinking about it. I believe they said the roofing would take another week. It's hard to get supplies up the coast from the mainland. They have a great quarry, but the wood is not so plentiful as it would be in the mainland.
Sorry.
I know this sounds nuts. Is there any way that we can take anything there to help it? Because if we're going to be walking these people into a siege, we don't have to keep Cobbledale. I know that sounds horrible. But we can put a wall there as long as I can promise these people a way out.
Sacrifices are what they must be. Unfortunately, my door still functions like a door. My house still functions as a house. The only thing that I can move is things that can fit through the door and on your person.
So why don't we bring supplies? We leave today. Speed up the process of fixing up the house, so then we can have an escape route in case things go south. I feel like that's really the only option we have currently.
All right.
And it's with more hands, we can fix that house up earlier or faster.
Could we perhaps talk to God, I'm blanking on her name. Daughter, Izua's daughter.
Marinle Logorunen.
Yeah.
She is in Alphon Prime going to school.
Oh, okay. Darn.
But
sorry.
the one thing that Isua says to you is, as much supplies as you can give them, it will be limited, and it will be limited in what they can do. But if you were to meet Xanakin or try to find them or stop them, then there probably wouldn't be enough need to defend or have Adolfon or have Cobledale defend themselves. Interception could be the best option.
Well, folks, sounds like we're going back to the beginning.
We're heading out.
Into the play.
Into the thick of it.
I was just about to say that.
Damn.
As you see Iso take a key, turn it to lock, close the door, lock it, takes another one, twists and opens the door. You see you are back where it all began. You can smell the fresh breeze coming from the water just down below that 90-foot drop. You see massive spears still jutting out of buildings. You see a massive statue of multiple gods standing side by side, covered in the requests for forgiveness and redemption in the holy ceremony that you started here 3 long months ago. And as you do, you look at your friends, you look at Hera, Antigone, Morel, and Tobias, crack your necks, crack your fingers, and you march off to intercept Xanakin. And just before you do, a letter appears in Shionibis's hand and in Woodward's hand. So the vote came in, and we'll get to that in just a second. Shionibis, do you open the letter?
Is it addressed to me?
It has your full name on it.
Like princess?
It says, "To my danger."
Yeah, I'm gonna open it.
Okay. As you open it, you see in Nubian Elven, in handwriting very familiar, and in an ink that is Nubian magical ink. So as you read it, you can hear this voice play to you. And it says, "My dear beloved, I found myself crawling through a pit. I found the sound of nothing but chains and harsh accusations. I remember the sand, the blood red. In it, I remember the beautiful golden sun, and I heard the bird scream, and I knew that I would be going home. And then standing above me was a man. No, a devil. And he looked at me, and he said, 'I have terrible plans for you. And I'm going to take you now. Don't worry. We're about to break the gods' laws together.' I didn't know what he meant. I didn't want any part of it. I spit in his face. He laughed. He spit in mine. And now I'm climbing this bloody hell. And then, for the first time in what feels like my entirety, I see a golden sun. And I climb to it. And a silver coin lands in my hand. And I grip it tightly. And I look, and I am a strange man in a strange land. I have never been to Adolfon before, but I find myself here now, lost and confused. I am told you left to save the world. Yeah, you would. You would do that. I've stayed with the sister of ours from the north. She's annoying. But I'll be here until you come back. I hope to see you soon. This place is not like home. Then again, what could be home when you're not there? See you soon, Danger. Signed, Awesome Ra, for a spear for the glory of Ra and the Sun God.
Shiona's gonna drop to her knees and just like kind of let out a broken sob, but like no like tears. She's just really shook, as rightfully so. That's it.
As you look at the letter and you read it and you see in golden light him holding his golden hawkhead helmet, his golden spear, his giant golden shield on his back, his golden armor. You see that stoically confident small smirk on his face that you see every time he looks at you when you're being just a little too sarcastic. You see that nice fade haircut that he has, and he looks at you with that smile. And then the illusion, the magical image of him just says, "See you soon, Danger." And then he turns into a hawk, and the letter itself flies back to Aldefon Prime.
Did I see the coin at all?
You don't see it on him, but the letter specifically mentioned as he was climbing through one of the many hells, hearing the chains of Ravon and all the horrible things. A silver hand with a gold leaf was pressed into his hand, and then he was out of hell.
Okay. This is fine. What does your letter say?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still sitting on the ground, by the way. I'm just.
I think Woodward just kind of sheepishly opens his letter, like he's expecting some big news, but has no idea. This is, I don't know how long it's been since he's received a written letter.
As you open the letter, you suddenly hear as a chain of a necklace unfurls and a trinket falls out and drops on the ground. You see one word written in big letters on the paper, and you see the trinket on the ground.
What does the word say before I touch the trinket?
It's an Orcish.
Ooh, don't know that. What does the trinket look like?
It's a necklace, has a very well-fashioned, well-crafted gem, almost like crystal, and it's reinforced with a gold top and bottom. It looks like it has about 8 sides, almost kind of like this, but more teardrop shape, almost like a D8,
Okay.
but teardrop shape at the bottom. So it's longer at the bottom than the top.
Right.
And it looks clear, like something could be inside of it.
Woodward kind of kneels down to look at it, and I believe he'll hand the letter to Rufa. No, Rufa doesn't know Orcish. Ichi? Okay,
Yeah.
great, yeah.
So written on the paper in Orcish is the word Lukainenu. One word, Lukainenu. In Orcish, this means I trust you.
I will relay that.
Woodward kind of thinks for a few seconds, and he picks up the gem to look it over. I'm honestly at a bit of a loss. The only orc I know but Um, I guess it could have been her. And he's just kind of pondering this as he's trying to think through all the other orcs he may have met, but doesn't know if they would trust him necessarily.
Give me a consulting my GM cheat sheet here as I look for the right one. Give me a perception check.
27.
27. As you look over the kind of the I trust you in Orcish, you think about it. You're like, no, it wouldn't be Madazong because she would just straight up tell me to my face. Who's the only orc that would personally trust me for something that I've done or talked to them or anything? And that's when it occurs to you. The only orc that you've talked to personally, that you've done anything for, that would speak to you in Orcish, is Xanakin.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that would count. And we've walked through that door, right? So we're in Cobbledale.
And you are about to go on the offensive to intercept Xanakin's war march across the eastern coast of Adelphon Prime.
Hey guys, I'm kind of putting two and two together here, and I think this may interrupt our plans. I think this could be from Xanakin.
You're sure?
Well, Madazong doesn't make any sense. She would just tell me exactly what she wants from me or whatever. She's real direct. The only other orc I've helped, if you would say helped, was when I didn't want you guys to all kill Xanakin.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So what does he want now?
And that is where we end episode 54 of Edge of Legend. I know we put a poll up to say, yeah, so Awesome Ra or Xanakin? And as Ripsaki called it in the chat, yes, to the two amazing level 5 hype trains, you got both. Awesome Ra is currently back from the Nine Hells, waiting for Shionimus and Adelphon Prime, which, if a little look behind the curtain, you don't mind, that's about, I don't know, 3 months early. But with level 5 hype trains, who am I to say no? And of course, Xanakin, don't worry, I got plans for you, buddy. So thank you so much for watching today's episode of Edge of Legend. It was a blast. It was great to have the whole crew back, and we are going to say our goodbyes. Starting with, of course, as always, Mr. Michael Powell. Please tell them who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Well, as always, I am the dastardly dashing and apparently creator of Boba Milk Tea, Michael Powell. And my social media is usually at Mr. Kapow, that's MRKAPAO, or my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Michael Powell Does Stuff, because I do a lot of stuff like my YouTube channel, Fantastic Tales of Adventure. Or you can also see me on Thursdays at the Toyzilla Network channel here on Twitch for Toyzilla Live at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we talk about toy news and we get into a lot of nostalgia stuff. So yeah, a lot of fun.
Awesome possum. Next up, Sam, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Well, hello, I'm Sam, and you can find me all over the internet at Hey Sam Sterling. Twitter, TikTok. Eventually, I'll make another TikTok. It's been like 4 weeks. Wow. And also, this oh gosh, which day? Sunday. This Sunday, over on that _ D'Angelo's channel, we're doing a charity show at 5:30. So come check us out. Keep an eye on my Twitter. I'll post some more info about that and some links. And yeah, charity is always fun to play. So that's all for me tonight. Ichi's gonna contemplate her life, having tasted boba tea for the first time.
I love it, and I absolutely love that we just made boba tea a canonical thing in this universe. Sidney Rubino, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, my name is Sidney Rubino. You can find me all over the internet at Sidney Rubino. I tried to make it easy. I think I done did. I'm on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Come find me. Sometimes I'm active, sometimes I'm not. But I really like talking with people online when I do have the mental energy to do so. And if you want to see more content that I put out, I actually do have my own YouTube channel, where every Tuesday I read fairy tales, folklore, stories, and we go over the myths and legends and what we're supposed to gain from those stories. I just got this incredible book from my friend Bard of Many Things, who's been in chat. They're a wonderful human being for lending me this, and I'm really excited to delve into it. Last week we read a story about a banshee, and I'm excited to learn way more. So yeah, if you like that, follow me on there. Books, woo!
All right. Next up, Kylie, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. You can find me at Kai's Wonderful Life pretty much everywhere, whether that's TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, maybe a podcast coming soon. I don't really know yet. Things are in the works. Sundays at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I am a part of a D&D homebrew here on Twitch at Asgard's D&D Adventures / twitch.tv, something like that. You guys know. But that is a lot of fun. I play a sassy gunslinger who talks like this and really cares about her ma, and she'll be like, oh my god, look at all my stories, like I'm pretty cool, it's whatever. And she is honestly the most fun to have my other characters really question their lives. Anyway, come check it out.
Awesome. Well, of course, last but not least, returning after a little bit of time, Ian, please, my good friend, tell us who you are and where we can find you on the sweet, sweet internet.
My name's Ian. If you haven't seen me around here recently, that should not be the case going forward. So I will see you around all more often. If you'd like to find me on the internet, you can find me at Bearded Scald. That's pretty much everywhere on the internet that I can think of. I am also the co-owner of a small candle business called Witch and Heathen. You can check us out at witchandheathen.com if you're interested in anything that we produce. And hopefully we'll be announcing more craft fairs that we're going to be getting to as the summer goes on. So as long as everyone's staying safe and everything else is looking good out there, hopefully these craft fairs will keep coming. So see you next time.
Awesome. That reminds me, I need to actually swing by and pick up the candle I bought.
Totally. We got to set aside.
Yeah, hopefully this weekend. My name is PJ Megaw. You can find me all over the internet at pj.megaw, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Come find me, come friend me. Let's have a good time. When I'm out here with these amazing legends whose faces I adore, you can find me, Mr. Michael Powell, here Tuesdays, 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. for At the Table, the show that talks about TTRPGs and Paizo and all the cool things that you can do with that. There may be some more announcements in the future, but we'll get to that when that time comes. Last but not least, one more shout out to Queer Song. If you remember, Dice Drinks and Drama rated us earlier. Their GM, Connor, hopefully I got the name right. I'm so sorry. It's been 3 hours. Has a really awesome, really important Kickstarter to release their own 5e content. So help them. Go to Queer Song, The Written History of Foril. That's GWIRSONG. The Written History of Foril, FORYLL. They are almost done. They have 2 days left, so let's help some of the community out. We love you. Thank you so much for the level 5 raids. I hope you had a good time. I hope you loved what you got, because you're gonna get more of it next week. And I can't wait to see you all here same nat time, same nat channel for Edge of Legend. Be safe, everyone. Bye. Bye. And don't you worry, we're gonna be rating.
Yeah.
We're gonna be rating someone called Ridiculous Streams. I mean, that's just my life, really.
Sounds ridiculous.
That's a mood. All right, everyone. Be
a D&D one shot.
Oh, a D&D one shot. See, I like that because you can do crazy stuff in a D&D one shot, and like you can't be mad. Anyway, we're gonna be going in 3, 2, 1.